Great news heading into tonight's Game 2 of the Clippers. Scott Foster will head the officiating crew. It's been almost a decade since Chris Paul has won a playoff game that Foster officiated. Campaign remains on the injury report as questionable with a sore lower back. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. That's money. Enter it now at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Tuesday, look for a mostly sunny day with temperatures in those mid-80s. A little bit later.
Let's just run 4, no Shamit.
Breezier conditions.
Let's just run a zone defense, no Shamit.
Dipping down into those upper 50s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
Why is he not cut?
Is sponsored by Wendy's Biggie Bag. When you think Wendy's Biggie Bag, think your go-to meal deal with your
what the hell? Where is Damian Lee?
Crispy chicken sandwich plus 4-piece nugs, junior fries, and a
he shoots nearly 40% from 3, and he's not playing.
Biggie Bag today. U.S. price and participation may vary. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
Jackson, when you and I hosted the show that one day, I was on this Monty train a long time ago.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
I was also on the KD train.
Lerner and Rowe.
I might be onto something.
Check. Make one call. That's all. 602-977.
Just a few more weeks with me, guys.
And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All.
All right, you guys are hot.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, everybody, we say good afternoon to you. We are broadcasting in Scottsdale and Old Town at the Barrio Queen restaurant. It is crowded in here. Why? Well, it's Taco Tuesday, and it's also El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday as well. Manuch, this is great atmosphere. People have come over to shake your hand. You've kissed 3 babies already. And well, you're on a roll, pal.
Let's keep track. 4.
Okay,
4 babies.
Sorry, I missed the little one.
This is the original El Barrio Queen restaurant that they had here in Old Town, just on Stetson here, folks. And if you want to find myself and Jimmy and Jax, just come on Scottsdale Road, go north, take a left at Stetson, keep coming around. May have to park toward the back. Parking somewhat of a premium. They had Jimmy's spot all ready for him.
They did. I pulled right in, front row spot.
The guys in valet said, here comes Jimmy B. We got to get a spot. Jax and I parked just behind it here along the canal.
Back on the dirt.
This is a very intimate, Southern Mexican flavor.
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, there go the El Bandito Yankee Tequila shots right there for some of the folks out here at 103 in the Valley of Scottsdale, Old Town, Arizona.
Once I get done with the show and working with you, I'm going to sample. No question.
You may need a couple shots.
I was just going to say. All right, Ben, let's go.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, we've got a little basketball game that's going to take place downtown at the Footprint Center in about 5 hours from about now, and we are really looking forward to that. Also, the Diamondbacks continue to roll as they take down the St. Louis Cardinals 6-3 on the road at Busch Stadium. And so from that standpoint, we'll get into some Diamondback talk as well. Want to remind you, best place to watch, however, Major League Baseball and the NBA, and now the NHL playoffs have started. It is on the big screens at the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona. Always have great food and drink specials available. Plus, with the Sportsbook right there, you can make your wagers and enjoy everything that the Sportsbook and Sports Bar has to offer. Once again, it's all at the CAZ Sportsbook and Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona. All right, so here we go with the Suns tonight. It is Game 2, and I'm going to reference something here because I watched the entire Sacramento Golden State game last night, and the Sacramento Kings out-muscled, out-pushed, out-defended defended the Golden State Warriors. You're saying, well, Jimmy, why are you bringing that up? I'll tell you why. Is because that's exactly, Manuch, what the Suns have to do tonight to beat the Clippers.
All I would put on that grease board in that locker room would be hustle / physicality. That's all I'd put. And then in those subtitles, hey, CP3, don't be afraid to mix in a shot once in a while. Subtitle, hey, DA, don't be afraid to mix in a rebound once in a while. A little facetiousness to kind of bring a little brevity to what's on that grease board. But again, I think you're right, Jimmy.
But you're serious.
I'm serious. I mean, you got to, hey, look, guys, it's go time, man.
Yeah.
You know what? Hey, get your butt out there, be physical, show me. This ain't the state of Missouri, but show me what you want to do in reference to winning this game. You have to win this game. I hate to tell you. Everybody goes, well, Manuch, it's not a must-win. I disagree. You do not want to go back to L.A. down 0-2. You want to split at minimum. You want to split with the Clippers on the home court, and then you got to get one there in L.A. So I agree with you, Jimmy. Come on out, get after it. And the other thing that Monty said that as simple as this sounds, guys, as simple as this sounds, Monty said, just play your game, guys.
Yeah.
Just go out there and play it. It was almost like they were not to lose it versus going out and win. And obviously, that last couple of days of that time of year, probably 25 different things over and over in different ways, is go out, run our offense like we typically run it, make some of the adjustments, be aware of this, and this. And then defensively, you got to D up, guys. And don't be afraid to put how often have you guys heard this? Put a body on somebody.
I think I've heard
Put a body on somebody. Okay. Do they not get it? Because we've heard it for the last 2 months when the Suns get offensively out-rebounded, 8 out of 10 games?
That it does happen.
So at some point in time, doesn't the mind have to flip to get it and do something like that? I don't know. I just thinking about everything going on. Just go play a game. Go be physical and play some fundamental basketball.
ESPN came out with a stat this morning that teams that are down 0-2 have won 8% of the time. So to be down 0-2 for the Suns, I think would be, it's panic time at that point because you got to win 2 in LA.
Well, I don't think it's panic time. I think it's, okay.
If you're down 0-2.
You're down 0-2. Yeah.
It's urgently, be urgently under control. I think they've got to be there tonight. DA, CP3, and you brought in this, KD for a reason. He'll get his plus more is what they need to do. But give him the damn ball at least 3 or 4 times in the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game. Run the offense. I don't care if he's got to force the issue. They double team it. If they double team him, okay. Kick it out to somebody else, the other open guy. The thing that was impressive about the Clippers is in the last 2 minutes how they spread the floor. And you had the claw over there, and you had him over there, and they spread the floor. And then when they drove, they kicked it out. Guys are wide ass open. So Suns do the same thing. I think, Jimmy, this will be one of those games where the Suns win this one about 115 to about 100. I think they get after it and they blow the doors off.
I'm going to respectfully disagree with you.
You have that right.
I know. I think it's going to be a much closer game again. In fact, I think every game in this series will be extremely hard fought and will be a 5 to 8 point game. That's the way I view this series. I believe that Phoenix will find a way to win tonight. But, Manuch, the key is going to be that you're going to have to get roughly 60 to 65 points combined from Durant and Booker.
I agree.
Those two guys are going to have to light the lamp tonight and be aggressive offensively. And here's the other key factor. And we went off on this yesterday, and that's offensive rebounding by the Clippers.
Sure.
Okay. You cannot allow Plumlee and Zubats to be so dominant down low on the block, because when you have so many more offensive rebounds, that just turns out to be extra touches.
You reiterated my opening dialogue, Jimmy. That was it. I spent 5 minutes on saying that same exact thing. I would have said 152 to 100, but I'm being a little more realistic.
Well, you missed on last night's score. You said it was going to be 142 in that game for the Kings.
I said it was going to be under, and it was under.
It was under.
Speaking of that game, where is Golden State's defense this year, especially in the playoffs? What happened to
You're
their
not going to talk about their 22 turnovers they had yesterday as well?
They had, 14 in the first half?
Yes.
Oh, my Lord.
Here's the problem right now, and what I have seen in those first 2 games. Remember how we always talk about how quick Golden State is? Sacramento is quicker.
Matches it.
Quicker. Yeah. They are faster than Golden State. Domantas Sabonis runs the floor.
He's tough,
like
man.
an antelope.
He
tough. Is unbelievably good. And also, when you have guys like Malik Monk coming off the bench, scoring. Alex Len, for the love of basketball. Alex Len played really well last night. Had 2 huge slam dunks, a block shot, and a couple of rebounds as well with the minutes that he got, replacing Sabonis. I mean, I'm telling you, Sacramento is going to give teams trouble.
And again, you look at a team, like unlike the Suns, you had Sacramento come out slow. They only scored 17 points in the first quarter, but man, they kicked in that second half.
They did
41 points in the second quarter.
Yeah,
turnovers, lack of rebounding. It's as if you watched, and Kerr must have used all 25 of his timeouts in that particular quarter. There just was no answer. At that point in time, it was pretty much even Steven at that point. But it was that second quarter where I felt that the game got away from the Warriors.
All right, so with the game taking place tonight downtown, it is game 2 between the Clippers and the Suns. That brings us to our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day. And for a free quote, repair, or installation, just head to state48roofing.com. You can always follow them on social media by searching hashtag sexy roof status. Here's the question. Who must be the star for the Suns in game 2 against the Clippers?
Emphasize
tonight?
that must a little more, Jimmy, that broadcaster.
Who must
2 minutes.
be the star for the Suns in game 2 tonight? 1, Kevin Durant. 2, Devin Booker. 3, Chris Paul. 4, DeAndre Ayton.
And you can't, there's no all of the above. You got to pick somebody. No. Just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter.
Yep.
Give us your thoughts after the first game. Is it KD? Paying that guy a lot of money. You made the trade to get him here for what? The playoffs.
No, for a championship run.
That's what I'm saying. Saying championship run, playoffs, all the above. D-Book. We know what D-Book's going to do. He's going to get his. Chris Paul, CP3. You look at him and you go, man, we hope he didn't basically gear down, meaning that he didn't hit the wall once you get to the playoffs. DeAndre Ayton, I think he is who he is. You're going to get your hopefully 15, 20 points. You're going to get your 8 to 10 rebounds. Obviously, we want to see more out of him, but I don't know if he can give that to us anymore. We saw it 2 years ago.
He's going to have to. Run. Manuch, if you're going to make a run in these playoffs, he has got to be a key component of what takes place in each game.
So go to @Roc and Manuch, let him marinate, and let us know who you feel must step up in tonight's game.
Hey, we're broadcasting here in Scottsdale at the Barrio Queen in Old Town. It is Taco Tuesday, and it is also El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday. You can celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee Tequila. It's the ultra premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. I'm getting better, Manuch. And that's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Just head over to your local store, favorite bar or restaurant, and all 7 Barrio Queen locations. As I said, we're here in Scottsdale today. For recipes, events, cocktails, a whole lot more, just go to the website, elbanditoyankee.com. That's elbanditoyankee.com. All right, when we come back, we're going to dive into our Valley Chevy Dealers Sounds of the Night. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
It all starts April 27th.
Welcome, football fans.
3 days.
This is an exciting night.
259 names. And one place that will cover all the action. The first round kicks off at 5 p.m. right here on Fox Sports 910.
Truck season is going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. Great offers going on now on trucks, SUVs, crossovers, and cars. See your Valley Chevy dealers for great deals happening right now during truck season, or visit valleychevy.com.
Did you hear me on the last one?
At Lerner and Rowe, we measure
Spencer as my witness. I am screaming in the mic to you guys.
We're proud to say,
but it's a good learning opportunity.
Dollars for that.
Spencer, you have to say it super loud.
A zillion years to do it.
So that way he knows. But
alone Lerner Row is recovered.
I'll continue saying it.
Millions of dollars recovered every week. We're collecting more money for more people in Arizona than any other law firm. Get the money you deserve. Call Lerner Row today.
Lerner Row is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is a casual sports bar and grill with something for everyone. Visit us today at 8880 East Via Linda, Tavern Grill in Scottsdale.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties so that only Capital One card holders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
With your choice of select sandwich, nugs, fries, and a drink, Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag is your go-to. Your nugget wingman. Your hot and crispy fried co-pilot.
Just like us. We're like the bag boys.
What?
Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
For a deal you can count on, bet on Biggie and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Bag boys.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes choice of double stacked JBC or crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and small soft drink. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
Break out the Bandito and experience the El Bandito Yankee Tequila. It's another El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are live from one of the 7 Valley Barrio Queen locations. Now back to the guys live from Barrio Queen on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
Chevy sounds of the night. Now, here's the thing that took place in the Sacramento game last night with Golden State, and that's the ejection of Draymond Green because he got into a little tussle with Domantas Sabonis. They both fell to the floor. When Draymond got up, he stepped on his chest. Manuch, I would love to do that to you once in a while. I really would. All right.
You hurt your foot, Jimmy. Hard rocking my chest is.
Here's Draymond stomping on Sabonis. Thank you to TNT.
Monk puts it up. And Curry's got the board. Green gets tied up. And a technical has been assessed. Sabonis is down.
Let me say this. Draymond stepped on him, but Sabonis grabbed his leg first.
Sabonis writhing in pain.
Now watch the end of this play. As he goes down, watch him grab Draymond right there. Now, that right there is where the foul came in.
Draymond Green has picked up a flagrant 2. Yep. But they're also going to give Sabonis a flagrant 1.
That's right.
All right, so I watched that over and over and over again.
And you had to watch the replay to see what the hell happened.
Yeah, and they were spot on because you can see Sabonis's arm come up and indeed grab his leg, but instead of trying to just shake the leg loose, he steps right on his chest, and I mean he put the foot down pretty hard.
You know, that was cheap by Sabonis. It was dirty by Sabonis. Guys looking to go sprint full court, and you grab his leg. At that point, that's how injuries can happen. Mm-hmm. What Draymond Green was wrong, but I think he was frustrated. Like, what the hell are you doing? I think they were behind at the time. They were. There might have been some frustration there. Like, it's like, how dare you grab my leg? But in all intents and purposes, in a high intensity game like that, a guy, and I'm not saying I'm not condoning this at all, but from Draymond Green's perspective, guy grabs your leg and you're looking to take off. You can tear a muscle. You can do whatever.
Right.
He was pissed that you're looking to try to hurt me.
What was it?
What was he? He was extremely upset. Yeah, he was extremely upset. But you still can't do that. You got to keep your poise. You got to keep your head.
Yep.
You got to stay in the game, Draymond. You have to stay and be part of this team if you've got any chance of winning game 2. So there lies a cheap play, cheap shot by Sabonis. And
a worse cheap shot.
Yeah, you just can't do that. But you know what? You know what's interesting? I think Sabonis go, man, if I grab his leg, and I kind of sort of in his mind have an idea what he might do, this might get a flagrant too, get him kicked out. Now, if you go to Sabonis and ask him about that, he'll deny. But you say deny 3 different times, that's when reality sets in. Just my feeling with that, Jimmy.
Okay. All right. I'm not quite sure I'm buying that Sabonis was thinking that while he was lying on the ground, but okay, I'll move on. Because Klay Thompson, after the game, here were his thoughts on what took place between Draymond and DeMontis.
What are you going to do when someone grabs your foot when you're running full speed? That's a dirty. I just fully grabs your foot and yanks on you. That's not cool, man. I'm not saying what Draymond did was right. You can't just grab somebody's foot when they're taking off in a full sprint. That's not cool. I don't do that. That's crazy.
There you go. Look, we just discussed that. I thought it was correct with them giving a technical to Domantas Sabonis for that, but then Draymond's reaction afterwards, that was the objection.
Just the flagrancy of it, right?
Exactly.
Double flagrant, and they got to kick him out of the game.
Yep.
You look at it, you review it. The officials go, okay, yeah, he shouldn't have grabbed him. He got overexcited. He stepped on him. I think they had no choice but to give him a double flagrant and toss him from the game. But I got to tell you what, Draymond Green got his money's worth as far as the official. The official goes, he looked at him and goes, yeah, I know he grabbed you.
Yeah.
But you can't pounce on the guy with your leg. He somewhat sympathized with him, but he goes, you can't pound on him.
You can't do that.
You can't step on the guy's chest from that standpoint.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. All right. So then after the game was over, the TNT guys were on, and this is the way that Shaquille O'Neal talked about the Draymond incident.
Sit here and be a hypocrite. I did the same thing. I really would. Don't be grabbing me because what am I going to do? Like if I stay there and just try to run forward, I'll fall. You got to get him up off you. And if you're up off you and you're in the way, you might get stomped on. Was it a dirty play? Of course it was a dirty play. But then just say that and leave it alone.
So, can you imagine his size 22 foot coming down your chest?
380 pounds.
He might cause a lung to collapse if you're thinking about that. But you know what? They make a good point. It was dirty. He could have got hurt.
Yep.
I mean, could you imagine him turning and looking to take off, and Sabonis has got his leg, and he does the splits or slips or falls. He could have hurt his groin. He could have got hurt. Basically
could have been anything.
But he kind of caught himself, and I think the officials said, "Look, at that point, you can just stand there. He's got your leg. At that point, kick your leg out of his armrest." But he decided, I'll get his attention. I'll just step on it. I'll just stomp on his chest.
And he did stomp on it.
So I think the page 6 of the New York Times or whatever, all those tabloids back there, the stomp that sent them to denial in losing, that being the Golden State Warriors.
Good stuff. All right, to baseball right now. And Manuch, right now, who is the team that's in first place in the National League West?
Wow, I never thought I'd say this on April 18th. After watching the Diamondbacks last year, the D-backs currently in first place in the National League West. And, Ben, you might want to tape that because you never know how long that's going to last.
Correct. They played terrific last night. They won against the Cardinals at Busch Stadium. Also, it was the long ball again, which is catching a little everybody by surprise with this Diamondback team. Here's the Grand Slam, and we'll talk about it after you listen.
Pavin hits the ball deep to right center field. Pavin Smith in St. Louis has hit a grand slam.
Thank you to Bally's for that. Manuch, where's all this power coming from?
Well, you got to remember, Pavin Smith was not on the roster at the beginning of the season, was not on the 25-man roster, was down in AAA, and he has just come up, and he's just been lighting it up. I mean, he is just absolutely crushing the ball. Basically, when you look at him as far as the long ball is concerned, he gets the 4 RBIs, and you think since he's coming up, he's hitting 333. He was hitting 388 last week, but I think he's one of those guys that can hit the long ball, line drive hitter, takes 1 yard once in a while, and we're just waiting for Christian Walker to get off the schneid. 0 for 3 yesterday. As long as they can win until Walker gets on track like last year, if they're in first place, he's about the only guy that you're just kind of waiting for to kind of get off that schneid. Perdomo, he's hitting the hell out of the ball. He's hitting 357. So you're kind of waiting for Thomas. Moreno,
3.
Doing a decent job as far as that's concerned, too.
All right, so they close out the game last night, and here is that closing sequence.
Andrew Chafin gets the strikeout. Diamondbacks get the win. They've taken the opener here in St. Louis. Third save for Chafin, and the hitting hero, Pavin Smith, part of the 5-run seventh inning, his first career grand slam. Diamondbacks, Gonzo, get to 10-7 on the year.
There you go. Again, thank you to Bally's for that.
You look at Glavin. You look at all the. It's like Gallen yesterday went 6 2/3.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly goes 6 innings, only gives up the 5 hits. They only give up 6 hits to kind of a stumbling St. Louis Cardinals ball club right now.
They're kind of scuffling along.
Yeah, they are.
2 minutes.
And the bullpen does another good job. You have Castro. Ruiz gave up the 2 runs.
Mm-hmm.
But look at Chafin there, goes the complete inning. Two strikeouts. And then on top of that, you got 7 strikeouts. Again, another all-around pitching performance by your starter and the bullpen.
All right, that is indeed our Chevy Sounds of the night, the sounds of the evening, brought to you by your Valley Chevy dealers. Valley Chevy dealers, serving the Valley for over 80 years. Find all the new and certified pre-owned vehicles today at valleychevy.com. The number one Chevy dealer every month for the past 2 years. Valley Chevy dealers.
Just real quick, Jimmy, before we go to break. So Draymond Green comes back for game 4, suspended for game 3.
Okay.
What it looks like as of now. I can't see any that suspension for 1. And comes back for 5. Can Golden State survive without Draymond Green?
They can, but I just think that Sacramento Kings, that team is rolling.
They're hot.
Yeah. They have hit the button, and they are on full tank gas. No question about that.
And the concerted effort, I think, for them, they give up, 106 points. It's for them. It's below their average.
Oh, yeah.
As far as giving up. But I think you might have mentioned this, the concerted effort on the rebounding and in the last 3 minutes of the game.
Yes.
How they buckled down their defense because, they know that we might beat Sacramento or they might beat us 135-130. I think that they've got a pretty much a concerted effort to understand they're going to have to D up if they want to go deep in the playoffs.
If they can catch them, because Sacramento is a team, and I never thought I'd say this, is faster than Golden State. Former Cardinals Titans defensive end Kyle Vanden Bosch, he's up next. We'll pick his brain a little bit on Budda Baker wanting out. That's it. He wants out. And will the Cardinals stay with that 3rd-round draft pick or trade down? It's all coming up next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
More pre-draft visits for the Cardinals, who recently hosted Ohio State offensive tackle Paris Johnson, Auburn running back Tank Bigsby, and Tennessee linebacker Byron Young. Trey Jamison draws the start for the Diamondbacks as their series with the Cardinals continues. The Suns get some not-so-great news heading into tonight's Game 2 against the Clippers. Scott Foster will head the officiating crew. It's been almost a decade since Chris Paul has won a playoff game that Foster has officiated. Meanwhile, guard Cam Payne remains on the injury report as questionable with a sore lower back. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Have you been charged with a crime you didn't commit? It happens more than you think. When your liberty is on the line, you need an experienced attorney that will aggressively fight for you. Lerner & Rowe Law Group handles DUI and all other criminal charges. And with our affordable payment plans, it's easier than you think to get the defense you need. If the police made a mistake, call Lerner & Rowe today. We're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to take your call.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Make the right choice, Right Toyota in North Scottsdale. There are so many dealers to choose from, but there's only one that truly cares about the people here in Arizona. Right Toyota is family owned. They are not some huge corporation led by a bunch of bean counters that are all just concerned with the bottom line. The family at Right Toyota invests in the community and local charities. Proceeds from every car sold goes directly back to the people in need. Right Toyota is even dog friendly. If you just want to shop from home, log on to righttoyota.com for their full inventory inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles. That's right, the right place, the right selection, the right people. Right Toyota on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at righttoyota.com.
Well, you won't go wrong. I wouldn't have gone wrong. At Wright Toyota. Well, you won't go wrong. I wouldn't have gone wrong. At Wright Toyota. Well, you won't go wrong. I wouldn't have gone wrong.
Home shopping? You'll need a pre-approval letter. Call GC Global Capital, and you can get pre-approved in minutes. Call 480-397-9300. Free second opinions and comparisons. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker. NMLS 1091187. License MB 0924983. An equal opportunity lender.
Right now, spring is at the Home Depot, and it's time to get growing. Whether you're planting vegetables or herbs, or just sprucing up your indoor space with lush 6-inch Vigoro Tropicals, we have what you need to get your season started. Visit your local Home Depot garden center today and shop our easy-to-grow, bigger, bolder tropicals like peace lilies, dracaena, or ficus plants. Do your spring at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Kyle's ready, guys.
Don't wait until it's too late.
Manuch, I almost wonder if in that first segment, since the music is so loud, that maybe that's why you guys couldn't hear me.
Just dial pound 250 and say keyword PlumSmart.
Well, there was no music underneath, though. You know what I'm saying in the first segment?
From PlumSmart is a thorough 10-step process to ensure your AC unit is working
properly. Then I have no idea what happened there.
Just dial the pound sign, then 250, and when prompted for the next
Actually, that's a good point. It might actually be the mic. Maybe I'll reconnect after this.
PlumSmart.com because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
Intelligence runs in the family. Innovation
Real men
runs
play
in the
basketball.
family. Extraordinary
Like
runs
me and
in the
Jimmy.
family. The Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Every member is waiting to.
Yeah, Spencer's going to take over for me in here in a few weeks.
USA.com.
Yeah, all good. You guys are. Can we play this Barrio Queen liner and then you guys are good?
Yep. Break out the Bandito and experience the El Bandito Yankee Tequila. It's another El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are live from one of the 7 Valley
Guys are hot 5 seconds.
locations. Now back to the guys live from Barrio Queen on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
Well, with what everything's going on with the Cardinals, I think we all need a couple of shots of the El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
Yeah, where do you start? Let's take a shot, and then we get the comments going.
Kyle Vanden Bosch, he joins us here. We love having him on the show. Former defensive end for the Cardinals and the Titans. Kyle, it's Jimmy B and Manuch. Welcome as always, pal. It's a mess over there. I'll just give you an opportunity to just kind of lay out everything that you have witnessed so far with the infighting in the front office, and then also with Buda Baker. I'll give you an opportunity. Yeah. So the floor is yours.
Yeah, Kyle, you've been gallivanting in the state of Nebraska, Iowa. Lots happened the last 2 weeks since you've been on your little hiatus.
Yes.
That's right. Busy man. It's kids keep you busy. I not only have Tequila Tuesday, I also have Tequila Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Pretty much every day just to get me through the day. But look, whatever is going on with Michael Bidwell, with the front office, with former employees, that it's all a bad look for the organization, regardless of what the truth is. I'm sure it lies somewhere in the middle.
Sure.
It usually does. But as a player in locker rooms, the Cardinals players, it doesn't affect anything they do day to day. It's something for us to talk about. It's something for the media to write about, to have opinions about. But that stuff, I'm not saying that those types of things happen everywhere, but there's bad relationships. There's things that happen in the front office that sometimes don't always reflect very well on the organization, but it has zero effect on players and what they want to do moving forward and how the team performs the next season. It's pretty you're pretty isolated. You're kind of kept in a bubble, and you're pretty much just worried about your job, what you can do to help the team. So that I don't think will have any effect, at least on the field effect for this team next season. the Buda Baker thing to me, A, it was a shocker. B, it to a degree breaks my heart a little bit. For me personally, after I left the Cardinals, I had an opportunity to play for two other teams. I would have loved to have played for a Super Bowl. I'd love to have won a Super Bowl, but I took a tremendous amount of pride in being a part of turnarounds, of being a part of a rebuild, of being a reason that the team turned the corner and contributing to that. My biggest fear and my number one priority was to never be a distraction to the team. And even though it's, a pretty dead time of year, not much is going on. It seemed to me out of character for Buda Baker to at least, to me, these things typically are used to be handled behind closed doors, these conversations, it's back and forth. And it kind of, or at least to me, it came out of left field and seems like it's a bit out of character for a guy that loves being the underdog, for a guy that keeps his head down and does the right thing at all times. And look, I don't know what the issue is. I'm sure it's a combination of multiple factors. I'm sure it's a combination of he wants to be paid like the best safety in football, which if he's not, he's very close. I'm sure, at 26 years old, he's looking at this roster. He's seeing the moves or thereof that were made in free agency and is frustrated with where the team is at and their potential to put out a competitive football team next season. I'm sure, he had relationships. Buda Baker wears his heart on his sleeve. I'm sure he had relationships with the outgoing staff, and I'm sure it hurt to see players and people he worked with walk out the door. And probably, again, going back to my previous point, watching the in-season Hard Knocks, you can see and you can feel how much losing games hurts Buda Baker because of how much he puts into it, how much sacrifices he gives to the game, and to, lose week after week. It as a professional that does the right thing, it becomes really difficult.
Kyle Vandenbosch joining us here on the right code guest line, former Cardinal, Titan, and Lions defensive end. Well, I got to tell you what, I think you kind of tapped every corner of the four corners there, Kyle. And the one thing that, as you said, that kind of caught you off guard was, because of the character and integrity that one Buda Baker has. I give him credit for maybe he's going with my character and integrity, as you mentioned, is part of the reason for the lack of character and integrity going on allegedly with the organization. Does not want to be a part of that because of, like, you play with a guy named Aeneas Williams, who talk about character and integrity. A captain sees all this going on, my heart can't go down that road. Or it could be he's the sixth highest paid top safety in the National Football League. Sixth, where he was just 2 years ago one of the top. Maybe he wants to go get that bag as well and go compete for a team that will try to at least make the Super Bowl or the playoffs.
Yeah, and you kept repeating two words that encapsulate Buda Baker: character and integrity, right? And when you hear, Monty Ossenford at his introductory press conference, and you hear Jonathan Gannon at his introductory press conference, the theme that keeps coming up is football character, is culture, and if you're the Arizona Cardinals and you're in this situation, you cannot let Buda Baker walk out the door. And part of it is what he does for you on the football field on Sundays, but a big piece of that is what he does for the football team on Monday through Saturday. The example he sets for new players coming in, for rookies coming in, he is, and he was mentioned by name by, both Monty Ossenford and Jonathan Gannon about the type of player that they want in the locker room. And, to me, look, there's two precedents that can be set here. One, it's difficult, and I understand front offices don't want to have their arms twisted and be forced to give new contracts to players that still have 2 years left on their contract. It sets a precedent that it's going to tell other players down the line, even though you have 2 years, even though you signed this contract, if you ask for a trade or make threats, we will give you a new contract. But saying that, I think the precedent that needs to be set is this is the guy that we are going to build the organization around. This is the type of character, this is the type of culture we want, and we want to reward the guys that do the right things. And so I understand, it's difficult when a player has 2 years left on their contract, but Buda Baker walked out that door. I think it sends a bad message to players in that locker room when he is the guy. He is your culture. He is the type of player you want in that locker room. So, and sometimes, we hadn't covered this. Sometimes it's not about the money. Sometimes it's not about, where the team is at in the rebuild. Sometimes a player just wants to feel valued. And
3 minutes.
Conversation. You sit him down. You say, you are a key part of our rebuild. We need you. Here is our plan. And you lay it out for him and say, this is how we're going to get it done. This is how we're going to be competitive next year. This is how we envision our offense. This is how we envision our defense. These are the type of players we want. Here's what we're targeting in this draft. And you take your key veterans, the guys that are invested in the team and the guys that are leaders for the players, and you at least include them in your vision and make sure that they understand that they are a huge part of what you want to do in the not only upcoming season, but for years to come.
Kyle, before we let you run, there's a lot of reporting coming out of Houston that maybe they won't take a quarterback as their number 2 option and might even envision trading down. How would that impact the number 3 pick then if they do indeed even stay with the number 2 and take Will Anderson? Then what do the Cardinals do?
And Kyle, how much of the minutia verbiage curveballs will be thrown out there between now and 2 weeks from now?
It's hard to tell. Look, if a GM's lips are moving this time of year, he's lying. And
I love it.
And it's everybody's throwing out smoke screens. Everybody's holding their cards close to their vest, and it'd be difficult to imagine Houston not taking a quarterback at 2. But if there is a scenario where they do take Will Anderson at 2, I think it gives the Cardinals even more leverage. They can get an even bigger bounty for that number 3 pick, as multiple teams will be trying to trade up to get to CJ Stroud. So, I think it could potentially be a best case scenario because, look, it's again, we've talked about this before. Will Anderson, fleet player, but this team isn't a good player away from being competitive next year. They need several key pieces, and they need to hit home runs in this draft. So, if they get an opportunity to get a haul for this pick, I think they need to take it.
Excellent points, as always. Thank you, Kyle. You have a great afternoon, pal.
Thanks, guys. You too.
There you go. Kyle Vanden Bosch on the Right Toyota guest line. And Kyle is driven by All City Towing. By the way, if you're looking for a new gig, they have full-time positions right now are available. Incredible benefits like medical, dental, disability. They also have additional optional insurance plans. So if you like free money, they even have a 401k with a 50% match option. It's all at allcitytowing.com. Fastest way to get your resume to them is just go online. Just go to allcitytowing.com and /careers. That's allcitytowing.com and also or just search careers. That's allcitytowing.com. All right, coming up, we will take you back in time. It's on this day, and it's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
They've been blessed to have Hall of Fame level quarterback play for the last 30 years, Rob.
Yeah,
30.
it's unheard of.
There's some big time football fans and players and heck coaches who don't recall seeing the Packers without a great quarterback.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
It's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We love providing great food for family gatherings, parties, even work meetings. And we make it simple.
We sure do, no matter what the occasion. At Venezia's, we make catering easy. You can see our entire catering menu online at venezias.com. Or let us know how we can help at one of our 6 locations, including the newest, now open in Chandler.
We'd love to bring Venezia's to your next party. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Golfers, tee it up at Van's Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from Titleist. Check out the new Pro V1 golf balls designed for longer distance, more consistency, and unrivaled control. Swing by Van's Golf Shops and elevate your game with the new TSR Woods. Engineered faster, longer, and straighter. Come in and get custom fit for free today. Van's Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
In this week's Marketers Report, Patrizio Spagnoletto, Global Chief Marketing Officer, Direct-to-Consumer for Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on building trust.
Trust is a really hard thing to build and a really easy thing to destroy, and we have to be very respectful about that. Our partnership with iHeart has really helped us build that trust and that relationship with the on-air talent.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Dr. Rick here, with another telltale sign you're turning into your parents, getting particular about your drive-thru order.
Don't pull away yet. I like to check the bag because one time they forgot to give me extra ketchup.
People are waiting.
I'm only seeing 4 nuggets. Wait, nope, there's 5.
Progressive can't help you from becoming your parents, but we can help you compare rates on home insurance with Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Break out the Bandito and experience the El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
Hey, Jimmy.
It's another El Bandito.
I'll remind you, but after this one, hang back so I can get you to cut a new promo.
We are live from
You'll be teasing Bobby Mack, just say.
Okay. Locations. Now back to the
all right, you guys are hot. 5 seconds.
Barrio Queen on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
Hey, everybody, it is a Tuesday, and it's lovely in the Valley, and we are sequestered nicely at the Barrio Queen in Scottsdale in Old Town. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. Jax is here, Ben at the studio, and we are getting ready for Manuch's, well, I should say one of his favorite segments, because in all honesty, Manuch loves every segment, especially when he's talking.
Absolutely. If I can hear myself, life is good.
It is now time for Back in Time.
Yeah, speaking of favorites, Roc's favorite player, 1987, Mike Schmidt.
Yep.
Of the Phillies, hit his 500th home run off of Don Robinson with 2 outs in the 9th inning to rally the Phillies to an 8-6 victory over the Pittsburgh Pirates at Three River Stadium. Just think of with some of the banjo boxes they hit out of now, how many home runs Schmidt might have had.
Oh, I know.
You know, he might have pushed the record. Who knows?
He might have had 600.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, he was pushing the envelope, but nowadays, I guess now the climate and with these band boxes or banjo boxes, whatever you call them, hit a pop fly for some of the stadium. It's out the yard. 1994. Now you remember this, Jimmy? Dominique Wilkins.
Yes.
Of the LA Clippers, who arrived from Atlanta via trade on February 24, scored 37 points in the Clippers' 134-131 loss to visiting Golden State, becoming the 9th player in the NBA annals to score 24,000 career points. Now I know he scored a lot.
Yeah.
But 24,000?
Oh, he's up there. He really is. One of the greatest games I ever witnessed was when Neek was still playing for the Atlanta Hawks, and it was Dominique against Larry Bird, and the 4th quarter of that game, one guy would score, the next guy. I mean, they just battled against each other the entire time, and it was just sensational NBA basketball.
You know, I remember when Dominique came in, it was Phi Slamma Jamma all day, all night, but he developed a hell of a jump shot. He developed defense, God forbid. But he became that all-around player.
Yes.
I mean, it just wasn't winning a slam dunk contest at the All-Star game. You went, damn. I don't know, 5 or 6 years. I said, this guy's pretty damn good.
He's really good.
When you think about that. 1995, an end of an era. Quarterback Joe Montana announces his retirement from football. And quite frankly, I think of that 1979 draft, the year I came out. I believe it was Jack Thompson, Steve Fuller.
Throwing Samoan.
That's right, Steve Fuller. And then a guy named Phil Simms.
Yeah, remember him.
And then Chuck Fusina came out. I came out there. And I want to say Steve Dills out of Stanford came out. That kind of went, a lot of us were done playing by that time. But with Joe in 1995 went, damn, I guess we're done. He's kind of like, Joe's retiring. The last bastion of that class, the 1979 draft class, from that particular standpoint. I'm trying to think that there was one more guy from UC Davis. Mike Morosky was the other guy out of UC Davis. So I remember that draft class and the particular orders and the disservice I felt, for them to trade away Joe Montana, who was still in his prime, I felt, in order to open up the door for Steve Young in San Francisco to trade him to Kansas City. To see Joe have the 2 or 3 years he had at KC.
He played well there.
Played great. And if it wasn't for a couple of drop passes against the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo in the AFC Championship game, he might have taken another franchise to the Super Bowl. So that was pretty much, it just kind of went, well, Manuch, I guess it's over. I guess all those dreams I'm having about playing in the National Football League aren't going to happen. 2007, Mark Burley of the of the Chicago White Sox faces the minimum 27 batters in a 6-0 no-hit victory over the Rangers. Burley walks Sammy Sosa with 1 out in the 5th and promptly picks him off at first base. So 1 walk, but the no-hitter for Burley of the White Sox. Very, very rare to see just the 1 walk that he had. And last but not least, 2011, not a good day for Reds pitcher Mike Leake. He's arrested in downtown Cincinnati department store when he attempts to shoplift $60 worth of merchandise. $60 worth of merchandise. Kleptomaniac.
Yeah.
He allegedly removed security tags on 6 T-shirts before walking out of the store without paying, but was caught by security cameras. So 2011,
$60.
You're making, I don't know, $3, $4, $5 million a year that you get a little klepto on and decide to clip off the tags and put them where? And you walk out. Security cameras are everywhere.
Yes.
Not a good moment.
We're on camera here.
Oh, absolutely. Where we are?
Right there. Right there.
Right in front of us on Facebook, YouTube.
Well,
also on and your Twitter, right?
And we're on TV.
But on top of that, the former ASU Sun Devil, I had to mention that, getting popped or getting clipped, pardon the pun there, for stealing 6 T-shirts. And last but not least, Jimmy, awful announcing, reporting, ESPN's going to have two platforms for the 2023 draft. They'll have it on ESPN, and it'll be on ABC. So the first 2 days, you have a separate crew. I won't get into it, for ESPN and a separate crew for ABC. The first 2 days. I think it's great because not everybody has cable, so you can see it on regular TV,
right?
Channel 15 here, ABC, or 33 for me that has Cox. From that standpoint, but the last 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, will be on ESPN, and they will simulcast on normal TV as well.
Okay, I like that. That is on this day. Manuch, we have a couple minutes here before we get to the break. I saw this last night,
3 minutes,
and I almost fell off the chair. I saw a television commercial telling people, lying fact after fact after fact on TV, that the Coyotes Arena deal will cost taxpayers out of their pockets. It's a bad deal. You need to defeat it. I could not believe what I saw, and they have actually bought time on TV to spew nothing but garbage.
Well, and that's why Rock posted the Carey School of Business information. If you read the facts, go down to the city of Tempe, read all the facts, read all the verbiage on it. The Yotes have it. The city of Tempe has it. The Carey School of Business over
2 minutes
at ASU, they've got all the factual information of what you're not going to spend and what you're going to benefit. That's just people I feel against development. And it hits home for me to see those kind of lies spewing, because I grew up in Tempe.
Right.
And I always want the best for Tempe at every angle possible, as far as development, as far as housing, as far as Arizona State University, as far as, you can't forget the McClintock Chargers.
Yeah, I
mixing
figured you
in
were
there.
going to say that.
But I see that and I go, you are just spewing nothing but lying.
That's what it was.
With no factual information. If they were to go ahead and put that out there and say, here's why we're saying this, and give me some facts. Okay, you're saying that this is going to cost taxpayers. Where does it say that in the development plan with the city of Tempe and with all the other areas that it's going to cost you a dime of what it's going to cost you? Now, it'll if you don't go down and use the district itself.
1 minute. Right.
If you go down and use it, they're going to tax you. Well, that's where that dime's going to come from.
That's service fee.
That's exactly
That's
right.
what it is. That's service. We're going to get that here. I mean, you get it at all the restaurants and the bars.
If you go down and you're going to purchase tickets at the arena and you're going to go use the restaurants, or you're going to be a business person and you go down there, they're going to tax you. And no matter as if you're here in Scottsdale, wherever you are. Yeah, it is. It's unfortunate, but it's just somebody's selfish, I'm saying again, selfish motivation.
Yep.
With no factual keyword, their factual information about that coming out. So
it's horrible.
Shame on you, but funny how politics get involved.
Terrible. Well, anyway, our El Bandito Yankee Tequila Pick'em contest is coming up. The founder, Jim Bob Morris, and we're going to also give you more information about tonight's Game 2, the Suns and the Clippers. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. At State 48 Roofing, we are family-owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails in an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu second to none. And don't forget about our 29-degree man-sized drafts. Plus, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B every Thursday at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. Get to your favorite Twin Peaks lodge today.
Truck season is going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. Great offers going on now on trucks, SUVs, crossovers, and cars. See your Valley Chevy dealers for great deals happening right now during truck season, or visit valleychevy.com. That's valleychevy.com.
Listening to this station on your free iHeartRadio app could put $5,000 in your pocket.
No way, are you kidding me?
Open your app and search this station to be instantly qualified for the cash.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all the music, radio, and podcasts you love.
This world has its limits, but in the all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya, you've got a world of possibilities. You can leave it all behind in serene interiors, or you can go after it with available e-Force all-wheel drive. Go your way in the all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya. Nissan Ariya with e-Force not yet available for purchase. Expected availability early 2023, subject to change. E-Force all-wheel drive is an optional feature. E-Force cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
Turned on the AC this year and was appalled by how poorly it worked?
Jimmy, still there?
AC Doctor is here to help.
Friggin' my dumbass walked away. My bad. Give me a second.
It might be too late for the little guy. Thankfully, the AC...
All right, go for it, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than your Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Broadcasting from the Superbook.com studio. Superbook Sports, now live. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
The Suns will try to get even with the Clippers in Game 2 tonight.
wildcard campaign remains on the injury report as questionable with a sore lower back. Some more pre-draft visits for the Cardinals. They recently hosted Ohio State offensive tackle Paris Johnson, Auburn running back Tank Bigsby, and Tennessee linebacker Byron Young. Trey Jamison draws the start for the D-backs as their series with the Cardinals continues. Arizona State baseball rose 2 to 21st in the latest USA Today coaches poll. They play Arizona on the road tomorrow before hosting 25th-ranked Oregon State for a weekend series. I'm Frank Arity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Cash. That's cash. Enter it now at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Tuesday, look for a mostly sunny day with temperatures in those mid-80s. A little bit later on this afternoon, you can expect some breezier conditions. And then for tonight, partly cloudy with those temperatures dipping down into those upper 50s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters.
Quit staring at your phone. Just leave it alone and get the Brake Masters. Get your tires aligned, then get out there and see what you can find. Get your vehicle in Brake Masters shape today. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters. We give you an honest break.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action.
All right, you guys are hot.
Get CAC Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, we're hanging out here in beautiful Scottsdale at the Barrio Queen. It is Taco Tuesday. It is also El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday as well. By the way, the owner of El Bandito Yankee Tequila, Jim Bob Morris, will be our guest in about 10 minutes, and we will do our pick'em contest with Jim Bob. Manuch, they got a little thing called a basketball game downtown at the Footprint Center tonight. You excited or not?
I am. It's kind of like with these playoff games. Yeah, it's so much different than the regular season because you're just like anticipating, especially when you're down 0-1. You're like, okay, guys, let's go. So you get through your day. You know, we do the radio show. We're talking about the game. I think everybody that's going to head down to the Footprint Center is just kind of like anxious to go. Look, guys, we got to win this game because Jax, as you said, the odds are not in favor of a team that goes down 0-2. I think we just say 8%. 8%. 8% of those teams that go down 0-2, they don't do very well, Jimmy. So I think this is a game that the Suns must win. Okay, go over to LA,
split at least split.
You're even, Steven. Yeah. Let the games begin. Let the competition begin, and go do what you got to do. But the thing I really think with the Suns team, just go play your game. D up. You know, keep them off the boards.
That's the key.
D up. Let me say it again. D up. Keep them off the boards, and go play your game. Yeah. But let me say it one more time. D up. And go get the boards, man. Mix in a rebound.
I want to ask you guys because we are a sports show, and there's multiple sports shows talking about this game. And on First Take, they had a question, and I wanted to just bring it up to you two. Biggest factor for tonight's game: Clippers bench or Suns starters?
I'm going to go with the Suns starters because I'm already on record saying that in order for the Suns to win this game tonight, 65 points between Booker and Durant has to take place.
And let's deduct it even more. The Suns bench only had 10 points.
There you go.
Had 6 guys play.
Got to play Landale more if you're going to ask for more scoring off the bench.
And you cannot have a starter like Devin Booker in there with 4 other subs. Cannot do that. You got to have 2 starters in there at all times and then sub your guys out. I thought that was a big mistake for Monty when you had the 9-point lead. You had D-Book in there and you sub guys out. That's when they made the comeback. So I'm like you, Jimmy. I say it's all about the Suns starters have got to pick it up. So the bench, in all intents and purposes, doesn't have to score 35, 40 points. Hell, they were averaging, 35 points there.
They were for a while.
For a while. But I think Monty, I think the way he utilizes a lot of guys, whether Okogie's going to play or not, or you have Craig, the guy that's going to start, probably Craig will start again, probably earn that right. But I think there's got to be a lot more to it than just the Clippers bench or the Suns starters. You just got to be more fundamentally sound basketball by this Suns team.
Give me those two options one more time. I want to make sure that I might have another idea.
Biggest factor: Clippers bench or Suns starters?
Okay, I'm solid with the Suns starters. Let me just say this about the Clippers bench. One of the key factors will be try to control Miles Plumlee, please. He went 3 for 3, had 8 rebounds, a couple of assists, and a couple of block shots in the minutes that he was in there for Zubats. One of the key things.
Well, both of them technically.
Well,
Jimmy.
both of them dominated down low.
Yeah.
So, look, I know that we're banging on Ayton, and he has to really compete tonight. But he's got to. He is.
Take it.
But he's got to have some help. You just can't ask him to be the only guy who goes to the glass to rebound.
Yeah, I think that, and Monty talked about that. Where was the backside help?
There you go.
On a couple of those baskets. Just getting a body on someone, just playing fundamental basketball. I felt, Jimmy, you can answer this, that they were anxious to get out on the run, and not enough bodies were banging the boards.
Yep, they left.
I mean, you had two guys down low, and you had three. You had 3 of the Clippers going for the offensive rebound. I think the other thing too is, as well as Russell Westbrook playing on defense, I think he's going to get his offense eventually. 3 for 19, we know it's bad. But, man, who's ever guarding him, he's going to be a Hellcat out there. He'll be all over the place. Mm-hmm. I think you got to be aware of that. So, basically, technically, Jimmy, when you talk about the Claw, Russell Westbrook, the 2 guys down low, you just got to be – everybody's got to be focused and play hell-bent for leather on the defensive side. Physicality has to be written all over that grease board.
I'm with you.
In that locker room. And, hey, if it's the first one to 75 or the first one to 125, you got to stay dialed in the entire game.
The 3 of us are physical guys. We both played at a reasonably high level and in sports and competed with physicality. You're going to have to bring that physicality to this game tonight.
And just real quick, didn't you think that at times looked like CP3 was too intent on getting everybody involved?
Yes.
Instead of just run the damn offense.
Got to be a little selfish sometimes, too.
If KD gets 35 and Book gets 20 and he gets 15 and DA gets his 12, whatever. And that's what I think when Marty said, just run a damn offense, man.
I'm going to give you one more option for that question.
Okay.
So biggest factor, Clips bench, Suns starter, or Scott Foster.
Scott Foster is not the factor in this.
Yeah.
Listen, people,
14 games.
I'm just telling you that is garbage. He is not got a vendetta against the Phoenix Suns. It's just media.
It's not the Suns, it's Chris Paul.
Well, okay, so with Chris Paul.
Let's put it down here, Jimmy.
All right, I know. So you're telling me, how many did you just say? 14?
14, yes.
Okay, so how many of those were when Chris Paul is playing with the Suns?
4.
4 games. That's it.
Including 2 in the finals, 1 against the Pelicans, and then 1 against the Suns in 21.
All right. It's a non-factor in tonight's game.
Well, if they lose, then we know what.
No, see, I can see it right now. You're trying to build your case.
Here's the thing. And
non-factor.
Don't you know the fans? They're so aware of that.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, my gosh, we got Scott Foster. You know what? Go break the jinx or the tradition. And when you posted that this morning, Jax, I laughed. And I reposted it.
Yep.
I reposted it and said, this is good stuff. This is what NBA basketball is all about.
It is.
It is.
You
think of Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Can he keep his poise during a game, or is there that designated guy that's going to try to get him kicked out of a game?
Sure.
And here comes Scott Foster, who basically CP3 is 0-14 and 0-4 with the Suns. My thought process is the hell with that. My thought process, Monty Williams has lost 6 games in a row as the head coach in the playoffs.
Now you're talking my language.
My whole thought is CP3 just laid a proverbial egg, could hit the water from the boat in the very first game. He's the last guy they need to go down because sometimes he fades like tissue paper in a rainstorm in the playoffs. And the other thing is, I just hope nobody gets injured. Well, lo and behold, Campaign probably not going to play again because of what?
Injuries.
And this team needs, even with KD, this team needs all hands on deck to win the way you've been winning during the regular season.
All right, so
you have any more options, Jack?
Yeah, is that it?
No, that's all the options I have. I was going to ask, too, would you be a fan of more minutes out of Terrence Ross tonight? I mean, he only had 4 minutes last game. veteran guy.
I would want to see more minutes from him and Jock Landale as well.
And probably, this is funny, it may be forced because Campaign's not going to play.
Yep.
He could be a game-time decision. Landry Shaman playing all the minutes.
Yes.
And really nothing to show for. But what happens is you need him at the point to keep Book here and to keep Katie over here and to keep Craig there and to keep DA there. And like we've seen in some playoff games over the last couple of years, Jimmy, I don't know if you want Book handling the ball that much as the point, and then maybe you put Ross in more of a shooting guard or shooting forward.
Kogi can rebound too, I feel like he could get a couple more minutes.
But I agree with that, but I think they're going to need more offense.
Yes.
And I think that's where Ross would get more minutes.
All right. The story out of the NBA is that they are now going to investigate the incident that took place when Clippers point guard Russell Westbrook had a shouting exchange with Phoenix Suns fans. Okay, what are you going to investigate? It's on video. It's right there. You don't have to investigate anything. And so now what they have done is they will not take the players through that shortcut to get back to the locker room.
Wow. Could have had a V8. Hallelujah. Wow, what an epiphany by the NBA.
Good work, NBA.
Yeah, good job. Oh, my gosh.
Well done, Tyrone Lou.
Yeah,
Said players will no longer use that pathway.
So what the hell did you not expect?
I know.
You're going to
3 minutes
through a hallway where the fans are like 3 feet from you. You don't think there's going to be all kinds of barbs?
Oh.
Because they're paying big money to be down there. You don't think they're going to holler at something? Wow. So the NBA? So Jimmy, this is breaking news. So they're not going to let them use that anymore?
That's
wow.
I'm just doing the story here from the Associated
I bet
Press.
the NBA was like, all right, guys, let's have a meeting on this.
Yeah.
What could we do to avoid this manner? An hour-long meeting.
Hour-long meeting.
Wow. Yeah, I wonder. No, it was probably a 5-hour meeting. This guy did what? Okay, let's break it down one more time. And then the guy that runs the common sense class in the NBA came in and said, let me see the tape. Okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah,
okay. It kind of like reminded me of in Bull Durham when the manager came out to the mound. And they're discussing, well, so-and-so's getting married. And then well, you know what?
Candles.
Candles is always great. All right, let's break. All right, everybody back. Here we go. Same thing in that meeting. Okay, well, let me see it. Common sense doctor there. Okay, so.
I have an idea.
Uh-oh. Yeah, how about, okay, so they can come through there if they want, but fans are allowed there, and they can yell out outrageous things from them. How about we just don't use that pathway to the locker room?
You are so smart, Manu.
Damn.
2 minutes.
Could have had a
Somebody got a raise from that.
Guys, doesn't it crack you up that what the hell do you expect to happen sooner or later? I'm surprised this doesn't happen, sooner than we saw. It may have, but maybe some of that with video because some guys just are professional, Westbrook, and walk through there and don't acknowledge the fans that are hammering barbs at you. Wow, what an epiphany by the NBA. Unbelievable.
I laughed when I saw that they're going to investigate
Hey,
what?
How about
It's right there.
Let's keep the common sense guy at the NBA. Let's review what do you call it? Load management?
Yeah, we could do that.
Let's record about this. What's wrong with this picture? And him probably going, well, you know what? I know you got this new CBA that says they got to play 65 games. And these people pay big money for these guys to play, right? Why don't we have them like minimum? Was there 82 games in the year? How about 75, which would make people very happy and you not get soiled or destroyed on social media? Again, a visit to the mound by the manager in Bull Durham to figure out, candles make a pretty good wedding gift.
Yeah.
All right, let's play. It could be that simple, Jimmy.
I'm with you, Manuch. I'm with you on that.
But Jimmy, thanks for that breaking news, man.
I'm just letting you know that they were going to investigate. It's what I do.
Oh my God!
I am the breaking news guru here of this staff. So I find it absolutely
how ridiculous
silly.
does that sound?
Yes, it's silly,
ridiculous,
absolutely silly. Hey, everybody! We're broadcasting here in Scottsdale. The Barrio Queen is where we are. And they got a great crowd on hand, and it is Taco Tuesday. It is also El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday as well, which means in our next segment, the El Bandito Yankee Tequila Fan Pick'em Contest, a chance to win $25 gift card if you can beat the El Bandito Yankee Tequila owner and former Green Bay Packer and a teammate of my esteemed colleague, Dan Manucci at K-State, Jim Bob Morris. All you got to do is just call 602-260-9191. It's all next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
It all starts April 27th.
Welcome, football fans.
3 days.
This is an exciting night.
259 names. And one place that will cover all the action. The first round kicks off at 5 p.m. right here on Fox Sports 910.
I often get asked, how can Lerner & Rowe effectively handle DUI and criminal cases when you guys are a personal injury law firm? The answer is simple. We're good at it. Lerner & Rowe Law Group is a separate law firm from Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys, and we have some of the most experienced criminal defense attorneys available, including one of only a few certified criminal attorneys in Arizona who have handled thousands of criminal and DUI cases. And we offer affordable payment plans. Getting the defense you need is one phone call away.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Thursdays at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. The guys broadcast live from 1 to 5 Valley locations. And tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks, your chance to win a Twin Peaks man card. It's Guys Live every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
Hey, Arizona, if you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, visit any one of your 13 Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. The Silverado is the #1 best-selling full-size light-duty pickup. So check it out during truck season going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers or visit valleychevy.com. Based on S&G Global Mobility 2022 calendar year end, U.S. new vehicle registrations using GM custom retail registration type in the GM half-ton large pickup segments.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the Guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Golfers, teed up at Vans Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from Titleist. Check out the new Pro V1 golf balls designed for longer distance, more consistency, and unrivaled control. Swing by Vans Golf Shops and elevate your game with the new TSR Woods. Engineered faster, longer, and straighter. Come in and get custom fit for free today. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
In this week's Marketers Report, Raja Manar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring Sonic and Sonic branding, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measured, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in oodles.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Break out the Bandito and experience the El Bandito Yankee Tequila. It's another El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday. Roc and Manuch with
Guys are hot.
are live from one of the 7 Valley Barrio Queen locations. Now back to the guys live from Barrio Queen on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
Welcome back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM HD2, and also on the iHeart Radio app. It is now time for the El Bandito Yankee Tequila Pick'em Contest.
Tequila!
Yeah, here we go. And the guy who we love having on the show is Jim Bob Morris, former K-State Wildcat and Green Bay Packer. He runs and takes care of everything tequila when it's El Bandito Yankee Tequila. Jim Bob, it's Jimmy B and Manuch. How are you, man?
That guy in the background's always excited to hear you coming on there, Jim
man.
Bob.
Hey, Jimmy B, you get the best introductions. I want you to do that at my funeral, okay? Guess who's coming to heaven or hell?
Jimmy, that's way too funny. Way too funny. All right, let's get into this a little bit, partner. Let's start first with the Boston Celtics hosting the Atlanta Hawks. Celtics blew out the Hawks in Game 1. Tonight, the line is -10.
And who am I playing against? Because I keep beating everybody. We're not giving away any tickets to anything. They're not getting any free stuff. Let's just start giving away because they can't beat me.
All right, it is Jacob in Surprise. You're playing against Jacob.
All right, I am taking the Hawks to cover, but I think that the Celtics are going to win, but the Hawks are going to cover the -10.
Okay, you say think that Trae Young and they'll finally get it together. Would they lose by 65 the last game?
They closed the gap, and they were down by 37 at one time.
All right, so Jim Bob's got the Hawks. What has Jacob got there? What's he got?
Jacob said this might be the easiest pick in the world. He was actually offended that I even asked him it, and he picked the Celtics.
Jacob's out there near your Avondale location, Jim Bob, just so you know.
Yep.
He's out there. All right, the second game.
Okay.
The second game, the Knicks at the Cavaliers. The Cavs are favored by 5.5. Knicks playing some really good basketball. Could be a toss-up. Who do you got? Cavs -5.5.
I'm taking the Knicks to cover that 5.5. I'm insulted you asked me.
All right. Let's see if Jacob was insulted when Ben asked him. What did Jacob have to say?
He actually thought it was a fairly intelligent question, and he also took the Knicks to cover because he said that's the easy thing to do. So he's had to make sure since he already got the first one right.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
The smack talking is starting already.
It's already on. All right, so now
it's also 8.5.
It is the game that we are looking forward to tonight. Let me check the line on it right now. Is it still at 7.5? Is that line correct?
Yes.
Okay,
gotcha.
Perfect. I just want to make sure that it is still 7.5. All right, Clippers at the Suns, Jim Bob, and the Suns -7.5.
I am taking the Clippers to cover, but the Suns win.
They're going to have to win.
They have to.
We came up with Jax, our fine crack intern here, came up with the stat, Jim Bob. If you go down 0-2 in the NBA playoffs, your chances of winning it all are 8%. So the Suns must win tonight.
They're going to win tonight. The Clippers will cover the 7.5.
All right. So what does Jacob at Surprise have, Ben?
Well, I didn't tell him that the Suns had a 92% chance last year to beat the Mavericks when they were up 2-0. So I guess anything happened. So we're going to take the Suns here is what he told me. He said he's just going to take the Suns to win outright.
Okay, fair
No
enough.
cover.
Okay. So the final game, and it's not played till tomorrow evening, but it is a very interesting matchup. It's the Los Angeles Lakers at the Memphis Grizzlies. Lakers won Game 1. Jim Bob, where are you on this game? The line is even.
I tell you what, if Big AD, Anthony Davis, has got to be the key. If he plays, the Lakers win. Lakers win if AD plays. I got to know if he's going to play. And I'm taking the Lakers.
Now, where's Jacob go on this for tomorrow night?
He said, whoop that trick. He's taking the Grizzlies to win.
Oh.
And the thing on Ja Morant is if he can tolerate the pain,
that's it.
Then he'll probably play. So that's one of those games. So it sounds like we've got him in. Jim Bob, you're just damn good. You know, we want to get these gift cards away.
I know. And here's the deal: we ought to have those gift cards in some type of interest program because we're making money for those guys. They're not having to give anything away.
Hey, I got to ask you about you guys were out there. You had the tequila flowing out there, Country Thunder, last weekend. Did you get a chance to go out there? And had you ever been out there before to see that 4-day event?
Country Thunder was great. They had so much talent up there. Luke Bryant, Kirk Bentley, Cody Johnson, and we had Cody Johnson is a big fan of the Bandito Yankees, so I'm proud about that. But I'm headed to Kansas City this next week for the NFL draft. The El Bandito Yankees is going to welcome in some of the new multi-millionaires.
Well, I got to tell you what, you need to go rub elbows with those multi-millionaires. Make sure they have their their year's supply of El Bandito Yankee tequila there, Jim Bob.
Yeah, I tell you what. Hey, Manuch, don't you wish that you could just be a little younger and maybe enter that NFL draft this year? And you see what the contracts these guys are getting these days? My God.
Hey, Jim Bob, he says that to me every day when I see him.
And you know what, Jim Bob, when I think back, it was we do a segment called On This Day. And on this day back in 1995, the era of the 1979 draft class was over as Joe Montana retired on this day back in 1995. That's when it kind of sunk in that, well, I guess I'm officially done.
Well, hey, what would they pay Joe Montana
3 minutes.
today if all these other cats are making $50 million a year? How much would Joe have made?
Oh, easy $60 million per year. He'd have a guarantee of $300 million. You know, you win 4 Super Bowl rings. He would break the bank. And I know one Jim Bob Morris would throw in a case of Yankee tequila. You throw that in there big time.
I would throw it in. I would throw him in a case a week. I mean, just don't play for it.
Jim Bob, what's your next big promotion that you can promote here on the show?
You know what? I'm thinking about that. I'm sure I'm going to be doing something with my partners out there at Mario Queen, but I'm going to think about doing something. It'll be something concert-wise because we're big on the concert series all summer.
Okay.
El Bandito Yankee sponsors a ton of concerts out there, and we'll be involved in that. We'll be giving some tickets away with you guys here in the next upcoming week.
Oh, we love it. We love the partnership, Jim Bob. It's always great to have more culture on the show. We have another K-State Wildcat involved in the family. So thank you. Thanks so much. Have fun in KC. Tell all those Wildcats that Manuch says hi. Would you please?
I will, buddy. I'm going to go. We got Christian Okoye deal on the 30th. He's doing a roast with Steve DeBerg, and so there'll be a bunch of old Gary Spaney and those guys will be there. Manuch, I'll tell them how you said hi.
Here, Jim Bob, here's a Steve DeBerg story. I called some of his games when he was the quarterback at San Jose State. Holy golly, am I old.
Boy, is he old, Jim Bob.
No
wow.
way.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
I'm going to bring that up.
Yeah.
You got any great stories where you threw like 18 interceptions?
1 minute.
It's funny you bring up Steve DeBerg because all I remember is in San Francisco he had that he lost his voice in that big voice box with a microphone. So when he called out plays, guys could hear him when he got laryngitis before the game.
Well, that way he also had an excuse. He goes, "Well, no, he ran the wrong play. I called the other play. He couldn't hear me."
Jim Bob, you have a great week, pal. We will talk to you next week.
Every man a Wildcat, my brother.
Oh, man.
I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, boys. I'll see you. Break out the Bandito.
There you go, brother. Oh, man. This K-State stuff, I feel like a bird crapped in my mouth.
You know what? Any K-State culture and talk you can get, you get it because here's the thing: who won the Big 12 championship last year, Jimmy?
K-State.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
You can take us to break.
Oh, golly. The Suns lost game 1. They got to win tonight downtown. 3-time NBA champion Scott Williams. He's going to be our guest next. We're going to dive into the playoffs. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports.
Jimmy.
Behold. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
The D-backs return a key member of their bullpen for tonight's game with the Cardinals. Joe Mantiply was activated from the injured list after recovering from shoulder fatigue. Trey Jamison is on the hill. The Suns get some not-so-great news heading into tonight's Game 2 with the Clippers. Scott Foster will head the officiating crew. Playoff teams with Chris Paul on the roster are 0-13 in their last 13 with Foster on the floor. Campaign remains on the injury report as questionable. More pre-draft visits for the Cardinals. They recently hosted Ohio State offensive tackle Paris Johnson, Auburn running back Tank Bigsby, and Tennessee linebacker Byron Young. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard. and always online at righttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out righttoyota.com.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Shopping for a mortgage? Big bangs can be a big hassle. Call GC Global Capital and work with a local team of mortgage experts for great rates and lower fees, more options, and faster closings. Don't let your dream home purchase turn into a nightmare. Call the professionals at GC Global Capital, 480-397-9300. GC Global Capital, your local mortgage professionals. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker, NMLS 1091187, license MB 0924983, and equal opportunity lender.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take Back.
It's from Turner.
22nd.
It's from the bottom of the page. I just used the it's the Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton 12-0 run.
Drug misuse before it starts.
Will do. When I was showing him, I just forgot.
Spilled your milkshake? Quick, the quicker picker upper.
What are you gonna do? Fire me? I'm off the show in a few weeks here. You already fired me.
2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading Ordinary brand. So you can.
They fired me as soon as I showed up, Jimmy.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than your
bounce.
Break out the Bandito and experience the El Bandito Yankee Tequila. It's another El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are live from one of the 7 Valley Barrio Queen locations. Now back to the guys live from Barrio Queen on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
The push. Craig gives it right back. Durant, an eager passer right now, finds Aiden. And it's a 12-0 Phoenix run. And Ty Lue and the Clippers.
Guys are hot.
Knock it over.
And thank you, the Valleys, for the highlight right there. Look, this is going to be fun tonight. It's look, you're down 1-0. Game 2 is the most important game when it's on your home court. We're going to get into all of that because our guest is 3-time NBA champion with the Chicago Bulls. He also does TV color commentary on GCU games, and he is the author of the book, Through the Fire, a memoir of trauma and loss, basketball and triumph. It's always great when we have an opportunity to talk basketball with Scott Williams. Scott, it's Jimmy B and Manuch. How are you, pal?
Hey, guys, I am doing fantastic. You know, I go out to North Carolina for a week. I see some spring football. I have my first ever book signing, which was a smash success. Thank you for the plug. And I come back, and the things are falling apart here. What's going on with my sons, baby? I know. I didn't realize I was the glue.
Yeah, you know what? You are a 3-time NBA champ here, Scott. So they definitely need you. Before we talk about the game, just talk about your book signing and the donation from one of the violent centers back there, too. Just give us a quick Cliff Notes version. And also about this North Carolina Tar Heels football team.
Well, I'll tell you what. We went back, and I couldn't have been more nervous. My first ever book signing, yes, we attached it to the on-campus domestic violence center, the Compass Center. 50% of the book proceeds, 10% of the merchandise sold out of Chapel Hill Sportswear, who I partnered with. I cannot thank them enough. They're carrying my book. If you go to their website as well, working on trying to figure out a way to get some autographed copies out of that location as well for people that have asked for those. But I signed nonstop for almost 3 hours. Supposed to go from 11 to 1 and started 15 minutes early and stopped just before 3 o'clock. So it was a smash success. Don't have a grand total yet on what we raised, but every little drop in that bucket helps the domestic violence survivors, and that's a wonderful thing. The spring football game, they didn't do a whole lot. I don't want these guys hitting too much. But we got a stud quarterback and this kid named May. He is absolutely fantastic. I've heard talk that he might be, and I hate to put this on this young fella, but the next Tom Brady. So just remember that name. May. He is fantastic.
Well, it's funny you said that because, late at night I do a lot of channel surfing, get to bed, and I'm watching NFL Network and ESPN, and I happen to watch the ACC Network, and they were showing the replay of the spring game. I watched about 10 minutes of it. The kid's pretty sharp, but Tom Brady comparison, Scott Williams?
That's what they're throwing around on the hill right now. I hate to do it to that young man because you can't start getting compared to the greatest of all time and Tom Brady before you even put on an NFL jersey. And I know it's a lot of hype around NIL money, and they're trying to hype this kid up or stuff. But that's a lot of weight for that kid to carry coming September.
All right, let's go to the game that's going to be played then tonight. And where are you? You've been in the throes of this many, many, many times. With being down 0-1 on your home court, is there more of a sense of urgency, or is it just do your job?
Don't get it twisted. There's more of a sense of urgency. You can ill afford to lose the first 2 games on your home floor and to think you're going to go on the road and even the series. Your confidence will be shattered. The other team's confidence will be running high. The Suns have to come out and get out and play Suns basketball. They did not do that in the first quarter of that basketball game. They got punched straight in the mouth. And it took them the entire quarter to recover from what the physicality of that basketball game and what the Clippers brought to the yard. And then once they did, they were phenomenal for about a quarter and a half, nearly 2. Got the lead back, outscored the Clippers by about plus 25 during that center stretch. But again, they let the game slip away because they did not control the defensive backboard. I'm not going to beat on Ayton like everybody else has over the last 36 to 48 hours. But eight rebounds, 0 offensive rebounds is simply not enough. He has got to get on that glass. And I'll say Biombo and Landau, 4 rebounds apiece for them. Limited minutes off the pine. But you look on the other side of that, you got Zubac goes for 15 boards. Plumlee off the pine goes for 11 rebounds. I mean, the bench was solidly outplayed. They got outscored 10 to 36. That rarely happens because the bench is at home. It's supposed to play better. They got out-rebounded 9 rebounds to 17. That can't happen. And when you got KD grabbing more rebounds than your starting center, and CP3 getting more rebounds than your starting center, that's just not a recipe for disaster. And I'm going to say this: listen, you got to go get rebounds out of your face, right? You want to get paid like Jokic. You want to get paid like Embiid. You got to go out there and you got to be that guy grabbing 15 boards on your home floor. So Booker's got to pick it up too. Booker just 1 rebound. So the rebounding, in my opinion, defense is great, but rebounding wins championships when all the chips are on the line.
Defense and rebounding, but Scott Williams joining us here on the right turn to get signed. We've been bemoaning this fact. It seems like the last half of the year, the offensive boards has been an Achilles heel for this Suns team. Fouling is an Achilles heel. They lead the league in fouls. At one point, do you get it to what you're saying? Put a damn body on somebody to prevent the offensive rebound. I think that's why Suns fans are frustrated when you see it game after game after game.
You got to start knocking people around. I mean, I had an assistant coach in Chicago and tell me you hit everybody that comes across the lane. And that's, I'm afraid now that was, 90s basketball, a little bit different than what we played now. But playoff basketball resembles the way we played in the 90s somewhat.
and you just got to play a more physical style of play. Now, you don't try to change who you are. You got to get out and you want to run. You want to light up that scoreboard, get off the fast starts that the Suns generally do. It's unrealistic to see Kevin Durant not score in the first quarter tonight. I think KD's going to go for 30 to 35 points tonight. Rack me on that one. And Booker's going to have a big night too. But you got to meet the physicality on the defensive end, on the glass. You can't give up easy rebounds. You can't needlessly send them to the free throw line. You have a 44% shooting, but you put them on the line too much. You gave them 3 offensive shots. You gave them 10 threes, which is not a huge number, but when you're only making 6, it could be the difference of the ball game.
One of the things that really stood out to me, and you touched on it briefly, I'd like to have you expand on it, is the way that Zubats and Plumlee controlled those offensive rebounds, and then 15 of them, which led to all kinds of extra shots and extra points for the Clippers. And people are banging on DeAndre Ayton, and yes, he deserves that, but he can't do it all by himself, Scott. You were a guy who helped out rebounding. You banged those boards down low on the block. If there's another guy that you could bring in to help rebound, who would it be for you?
He needs some help, right? They need some help in that starting unit. He's going to shorten his bench again tonight. I don't see Shamet getting as many minutes as he did, but I think Landau and Biombo got to play more than, I think, the 5 or 10 minutes combined, I believe they had.
3 minutes.
In that first basketball game. But you mentioned it, 15-6 disadvantage on the offensive glass in a game that's coming down to one possession with 18 seconds to go. That's just so hard to overcome, even when you shoot 47% from the field against a good defensive team. And Kevin Durant got to the free throw line. So it's got to be Booker, right? So Booker, 1 rebound here? Come on. You got to help out on that glass. You got to do more. I know you're out there guarding the 3-point line, chasing guys around, but you need maximum effort tonight.
All right, last question before I let you out of here, before you go get yourself settled in with your suite at the Suns game over there, big fella. I mean, my goodness gracious.
Thank you, Matt Ishbia, for that. I'll tell you what, he takes care of the former players. I like this guy. I'm going to bring him a signed copy of my new book.
That's great.
Hey, let's leave it. You talk about all the stars on that team. So our State 48 Rookie, get your call of question of the day. Who must, emphasize must, be the star for the Suns in Game 2 against the Clippers tonight? Is it KD, Devin Booker,
2 minutes,
Chris Paul, or DeAndre Ayton? And you can even go vote on this one too, Scotty. Just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. So out of the 4, who must be the star for tonight's game? Out of those 4.
Without a doubt. Nobody in the history of the NBA has ever shot 50% from the field, 40% from 3, and 90% from the line. He has got to play like the best player in the league tonight. I could wax more poetic on that, but I know I'm short on time, so I'm going to leave it right there. KD has to have a monster night. They got to stop with all the isolations and playing him off the ball. When the game is on the line, we did it in Chicago. We run that triangle offense for about 3.5 quarters. But when it's crunch cutting time, you get the ball to Michael Jordan, you get the hell out of his way. That's what the Suns got to do tonight. You ISO that man on the top of the wing, wherever he likes to get it, and you just get the hell out of his way and let him take over.
That's what I said yesterday. And just to give an update on the poll, what you got against Scotty, go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Currently, Kevin Durant at 50%, DeAndre Ayton at 36.4%, followed by Devin Booker, 13.6%.
I like that. I'm right there with the rest of the fans. And I would love to see Ayton start tanking some guys to the basket. I watched Joel Embiid last night down the stretch, just moving bodies, taking guys right to the hole with them, finishing at the rim. I like the little soft jumper he's got through, the first couple quarters. But when it's down to trying to get to the such a good free throw shooter, no need to avoid that contact. Just start putting guys in the basket.
And another guy, I watched the Sacramento Golden State game last night, and what you just said about Embiid, Domantas Sabonis does the same thing. He drags people to the basket with him.
He also drags him to the floor with their leg.
He does that too.
How about that Draymond Green? He jack stomped him, didn't he?
Oh, he sure did.
Something to watch. I couldn't believe it. I said, wait, what is this? Is this sort of a promo for physicality for basketball back in the 90s?
Hey, Scotty, the WWE meets the NBA,
Yeah,
right?
there you go.
Like Rock and what was the guy, Andre the Giant out there. I'll tell you what, some old school action, but that's what it's about, right? So it's nice to get your bag in the NBA.
Yeah.
But what you're really going to remember at the end of the day when you hang up your jersey for the last time is, did I win some championships? And I think it's starting to show. That's why I don't like about the NBA right now during the regular season. It's too much brother-in-law basketball. Now you see these guys playing for something, they're laying it on the line.
So what ring are you going to wear in the Matt Ishbia suite with all your brethren? Former, you wear all three, one of them, or what?
I wear one of them Chicago Bulls rings down there tonight. I went over to DXL, got me a brand new Sun shirt, baby. Not a crease in it. I'm ready to rock and roll. I tell you what, I'm a good luck charm. The Suns have not lost at home when I'm in the building with Kevin Durant. So you can put this one in the book. It's a lock.
Okay, we're gonna run that quote tomorrow. You're the best, pal. Thank you. Have a great time at the game, Scott.
I love you guys. Go Suns.
See ya. There you go. That's so much fun. Scott Williams, our guest on the show. Always some great insight from him. All right, a quick timeout. When we come back, random fact of the day. It is presented by your Valley Chevy dealers. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Attention listeners. April 27th is set.
With the first pick.
And our team is ready to break down the first round. Join Jay Glazer, LeVar Arrington, Rob Stone, and former Cardinals GM Steve Kai. Your NFL draft coverage is right here. All-day coverage till the first round kicks off at 5. Right here on Fox Sports 910. Listen for free on your iHeartRadio app.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
It's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We love providing great food for family gatherings, parties, even work meetings. And we make it simple.
We sure do, no matter what the occasion. At Venezia's, we make catering easy. You can see our entire catering menu online at venezias.com. Or let us know how we can help at one of our 6 locations, including the newest, now open in Chandler.
We'd love to bring Venezia's to your next party. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition.
Wright Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Golfers, tee it up at Van's Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from Titleist. Check out the new Pro V1 golf balls designed for longer distance, more consistency, and unrivaled control. Swing by Van's Golf Shops and elevate your game with the new TSR Woods. Engineered faster, longer, and straighter. Come in and get custom fit for free today. Van's Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
This world has its limits, but in the all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya, you've got a world of possibilities. You can leave it all behind in serene interiors, or you can go after it with available e-Force all-wheel drive. Go your way in the all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya. Nissan Ariya with e-Force not yet available for purchase.
All right, did you guys hear me on the last one?
23, subject to change. e-Force all-wheel drive.
All right, just making sure.
e-Force cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
From local town councils to Capitol Hill, agents who are realtors are standing up for what's right. We're here protecting property rights. Here advocating for the issues that affect our neighborhoods. Here
Hey, Jimmy.
championing fair and equitable housing for all. Because we are realtors, bound by a code of ethics.
What I will say is,
our communities.
if there's that.
Break out the Bandito.
I just hate that it
Experience
is.
the El Bandito Yankee Tequila. It's another El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are live from one of the 7 Valley Barrio Queen locations.
Guys are hot 5
Now
seconds.
back to the guys live from Barrio Queen on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, everybody, we are sequestered nicely here in a booth at the Barrio Queen in Scottsdale. You can always come by. It is Taco Tuesday, and it is also El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday as well. All right, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. The random fact of the day is brought to you by your Valley Chevy dealers.
When's the last time you had a Mickey D's burger?
Maybe just a few days ago.
Okay.
I was on the run, so I just stopped and got one.
All right. Jackson,
I'd say that like 8 months ago.
Okay. Well, Ben, when's the last time you and Spencer back there have had a McDonald's hamburger? Anybody back there? Ben? Hello? Bueller? Anybody?
Think they're
well,
working
let me
on
just
something.
Say it one more time. The Rook spilt his drink back here, so I was helping him fix it.
Jeez,
God, look at the Rook.
When's the
Sorry.
last time you had a Mickey D's burger?
I mean, maybe when I was 16.
Okay, all right.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
I'm kind of the same way. I think it was about 5 years ago. I think I had a Big Mac, type of thing. Dang, all the salt, dang, put me in a coma. But
stop.
McDonald's is upgrading its burgers, gentlemen. Buns will be softer. Cheese, gooier, onion will be added to patties right on the grill. And the Big Mac sauce, there will be more of it. Woo! According to the fine cook there, he says, quote, "We found that small changes like tweaking our process to getting hotter, meltier cheese." And is there a term, meltier? I guess there is. Meltier cheese.
If there is, you just made
and
it up.
adjusting our grill settings for a better sear added up to a big difference in making our burgers more flavorful than ever, said Chef Chad Schaefer, Senior Director of Culinary Innovation of McDonald's USA, in a statement on Monday. They got a McDonald's University? What the hell?
What the hell is culinary innovation?
I don't know. I just throw a couple of grills. The upgrades apply to the Big Mac and the McDouble burger, as well as the classic cheeseburger, double cheeseburger, and hamburger.
I would just call myself hamburger dude. That would be enough for me.
Haven't had a Big Mac. It's been several years.
I still like them, Manuch.
I think I did the Big Mac with extra cheese or something like that.
Yeah.
Might have been the saltiest burger I've had, because I eat clean. Try to eat as clean as I possibly can.
Oh, not me.
I love my coffee black.
Jimmy, there's no way Jimmy's digestive system could hold down a Big Mac.
I
There
don't
is
think
just
so
no
either.
way. He's capping.
He'd have to cut one in half. It'd be a 2-day burger. Hey, all you football coaches or aspiring coaches, Urban Meyer, when he was at Ohio State University, said he hired a coach whose only job was to watch Michigan year-round. And what was his record against Michigan? 7-0.
Wow.
Like this. Urban Meyer hired a coach whose only job was to study Michigan year-round, and then proceeded to go 7-0 against them. Now, can you imagine? You've got your offensive coordinator. There's one. Your defensive coordinators, two. Your quarterback coach, etc., and the 25 other assistants you have. And then you've got your director of beating Michigan.
Is this like the
That's a great job.
Is that like the culinary innovation guy?
Well, that's why he was 7-0 against Michigan.
Maybe.
You put it on your business card, and whoever this dude had this clearly job, can you imagine that? And it didn't matter whether they were underdogs like in 2018.
Yeah.
They won 62-39, or 3 touchdown favorites like in 2014. Ohio State respected their rival, prepared for 365 days a year, and beat the crap out of them each November, bringing this mentality back of winning football games. And your only job, Jax, is to make damn sure that Michigan, you've got to know them inside, outside. And this guy did the presentation when they sat down on Monday before they played the Michigan Panthers.
Hey, if Coach Dillingham needs a part-time director of beating U of A, I would gladly
take that
job. Oh, my goodness. That's a great job. Year-round.
Somebody better talk to Ryan Day then, because he's lost the last 2 years to Michigan.
That's my point exactly. Maybe he needs to get that focus on Michigan. And this guy's going to tell you what, it is such big business for these coaches to be making $7, $8, $9, $10 million a year. Like Nick Saban, what's he got? 95 assistants on that staff now.
It's unbelievable.
He has a quarterback assistant to the quarterback assistant to the assistant of the quarterback.
Yes.
To make sure he has it all down. This last but not least, that you had Colorado, because the Coach Prime has sold out season tickets. This is the first time, 27 years for this upcoming football season. This last weekend, are you sitting down out there? They had 45,000 people at the spring football game, the black and gold game, have sold out season tickets there from Boulder, Colorado for the first time in 27 years. Talk about the hype on this team. Now, hopefully they perform a lot better than 1-11 like they did last year.
I'm intrigued to see what they do next because they got 10 guys that are in the transfer portal from Colorado.
Right.
And there's also about 120 players that are in the portal after the spring. So it's their second round of recruitment to bring some more transfers in.
I just want to see how his kid, Shador, thank you, does moving up out of Jackson State and now playing in the Pac-12.
And just real quick, Jimmy, he will do fine because he's a solid athlete.
Okay.
5-star coming out.
2 minutes.
Ran that offense to the absolute T at Jackson State, and he's been performing extremely well during spring football.
Okay.
Now, to your point, Jax, how does that transcend to, going to the Jackson States of the world, that competition, where is the HUBC or whatever it is.
HBCU.
And then playing in a Big 12 and playing the non-conferences of the UCLAs and USCs. We'll see, but the hype is alive and well when here we are, April 18th, and they have sold out their season tickets for this upcoming year in Colorado.
I've done games in Boulder, and I can tell you when I had been there, nobody was in the stands. Might have been 15 to 20,000 people at most. The place is just going to be just absolutely rocking. The random fact of the day brought to you by your Valley Chevy dealers. And when you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, you need to go visit Valley Chevy dealers today. There are 13 dealers in the Valley offering the best deals on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. Just go to valleychevy.com. And by the way, coming up in a couple of weeks, you're going to have a chance at winning 75-inch smart TVs from my friends at Valley Chevy. It'll be a new text and win contest, and everybody would love to have a 75-inch TV, and we will update you on how it will play out. Check out the website at rockandmanuch.com, and, of course, we will update you as well here on the show. Hour number 3 is on the way. Cardinals Talk with Kyle Vanden Bosch will also be included, as well as Bob McManaman. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu second to none. And don't forget about our 29-degree man-sized drafts. Plus, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B every Thursday at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. Get to your favorite Twin Peaks Lodge today.
Hey, Arizona, if you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, visit any one of your 13 Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. The Silverado is the #1 best-selling full-size light-duty pickup, so check it out during truck season going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers or visit valleychevy.com. Based on S&G Global Mobility 2022 calendar year end, U.S. new vehicle registrations using GM custom retail registration type in the GM half-ton large pickup segments.
Did you know your completely free iHeartRadio app is also your home for hit podcasts? New for you this week, check out On Purpose with Jay Shetty, discussing philosophy, life, and conversations with the biggest stars in the world. Listen today on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio!
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio.
We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
During Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot, 5 bags of Scott's Earth Grow mulch are on special buy for just $10. Planting a garden? Mulch helps soil retain moisture. Sprucing up your walkway? Mulch can help prevent weeds from creeping in. Potting some flowers for your porch? Liven up your planters with an accent of year-long color with red, brown, or black mulch. Hurry into the Home Depot to get Scott's Earth Grow Mulch. Now 5 bags for just $10. Offer valid in store only, April 13th through 23rd. Color selection varies by store. Limit 60 bags per customer while supplies last.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Superbook.com studio. Superbook Sports, now live. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
More pre-draft visits for the Cardinals, who recently hosted Ohio State offensive tackle Paris Johnson, Auburn running back Tank Bigsby, and Tennessee linebacker Byron Young. The Suns get some not-so-great news heading into tonight's game, too, with the Clippers. Scott Foster is going to be one of the officials. Playoff teams with Chris Paul on the roster are 0-13 in their last 13 with Foster on the floor. Campaign remains on the injury report as questionable for a sore lower back. The D-backs get a key member of their bullpen back for tonight's game with the Cardinals. Joe Mantiply was activated from the 15-day IL after recovering from shoulder fatigue. Trey Jameson starts. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Grand. That's grand. Enter it now at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for partly cloudy skies, temperatures dipping down into those upper 50s. And then for your Wednesday, sunny but cooler with temperatures only topping out in those low 80s. We can also look for some breezier conditions in the afternoon. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. If your company needs to spring into efficient hiring, then check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now,
guys are hot.
What's your top story this hour?
Well, if you're looking for a place to go to watch the Suns game tonight, you can just go to the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona. The sports book is right there. They always have great food and drink specials during games, and you can make your wagers right there at the CAZ Sports Book. It's all in Casino, Arizona. All right, Manuch, here we go. It is almost game time. What are we looking at time-wise?
Let's see. Tip at 7, 4 hours.
Okay.
About 7:02 to make sure that the late-coming crowd, because of the traffic,
7:02
on a Tuesday night gets there as TNT will be at TNT and Valley Sports making it all happen. Let's go, Jimmy.
I'm ready.
Come on, D up. You just the word you're hearing. We had Scott Williams on last hour.
Yes.
Physical. Defense, play your game. And, oh, by the way, let's make sure we get Kevin Durant the ball. Did I not say that yesterday?
You did say that.
Like 90 times that he give him the ball.
He was only,
even in the last shot of the game. Give who the ball, Jimmy?
Durant.
Yes,
He was only one rebound away from a triple-double. However, he scores 27, but he hardly ever saw the ball in the fourth quarter. You got to feed the beast.
You know, I know Rock was talking about it's Devin Booker's team. That's fine. It's his team. Welcome aboard, Kevin Durant, because it's your team to get us to the promised land. That's the difference. It's his team to take this team all the way for an NBA title. This ain't rent a guy.
No.
This guy's away for 3 years. It's like Devin going, look, I know it's my team, but guess you're here to win it all. We're going to help participate in this trophy action here to get this bad boy and win it all. So it's called KD, and then more KD in tonight's game.
One of the things that I talked about early in the show is I believe that Book and KD have to score at least a total of 65 points in order for the Suns to be successful tonight. Also, they cannot allow the centers for the Clippers, Zubats and Plumlee, to dominate the glass, particularly Manuch, offensive rebound.
Yeah, and that's just so interesting to me how they just can't put a body and be more physical. Just
I'm with
be
you.
physical.
Yeah.
That should be the only word on that grease board. Physicality, the entire game, D up, and play your game. That's got to be the mantra for this Phoenix Suns team because they have to win tonight, folks.
They have to.
I'm sorry. They've got to win this game because, Jackson once in a while when pulls one out, he's got one good one. 8% is the number of teams that win when they go down 0-2. So if you do the K-State math, to 8%, so the other 90-some% is what? Not going to win.
Uh-huh.
And they got to win this game.
All right.
Here's the other thing, too.
Okay.
CP3.
Yeah.
Mixing a mid-range shot once in a while.
Well, that brings me to Jax because all he's doing is tweeting and bitching about Scott Foster being the official.
Oh, is that the unsung hero for the LA Clippers now?
Come on. That's the way he's trying to make it sound.
Hey, throw the factual numbers out there, Jax. Throw them out there.
Scott Foster, 14-0 against Chris Paul. Chris Paul 0-14 when Scott Foster's on the court, too. And I mean, yes.
0-4 here with the Suns.
0-4 with the Suns,
Yeah.
0-14 overall in the
Yeah.
playoffs. But, yeah, I agree with you guys. But I think the biggest thing is the Suns, they got to start out hot. I mean, they're 24th in the NBA in first quarter points, averaging only 26.7. They got to start hot, only scoring 18 first quarter points.
Well, and then they're scrambling to get back into it and get it within earshot at halftime. You can't do that.
Well, they did. They were down 5 at
Right.
the half. Then they take the lead in the second half by 9. They can't close.
Well, and that's another thing we talked about during this year. Last year, when they won 64 games, they closed it out. They were one of the best as far as clutch closing. 2 years ago, when they won the NBA title against the Bucks, they were one of the best as far as clutch closing, last 3 minutes, last 5 minutes, and two guys that were in the top 10 2 years ago when they were vying for the NBA title, CP3 and Devin Booker. Didn't see it last year, and they were way down as far as clutch closing was this year because CP3 was limited. Devin Booker was out there for a while. But, yeah, they do. You get the lead. You can't let the claw have his way.
That's it, and they did.
Give him a forearm shiver if he comes down the lane and block out in the second chance points. You can't give these guys 15 second chance points.
That's it.
Or, sorry, 15 opportunities for second chance points.
Jimmy, how do you see the Suns adjusting defensively with Kawhi? Who do you think is the best matchup, and do you think they should double team obviously more? Talked to you a little bit on yesterday, that all 24 attempts from Leonard weren't double teamed.
I can tell you this, that there's nobody on the Suns that is a claw stopper. They don't have a guy that can play Kawhi Leonard.
Where's Patrick Beverly when you need him?
Yeah. They don't have that guy. So they are going to take some risks, and they are going to have to try to double team him. And what you do is when he gets the ball out high above the free throw line area, you run an extra guy at him, make him pick up his dribble, and then force him to give the ball to somebody else. That's the key right there, is taking the ball out of Kawhi Leonard's hands.
The guy that used to do it is no longer with the Suns.
That is
Mikal
correct.
Bridges was that guy.
That is correct.
He and Cam Johnson would basically tag team to take on the claw, take on Kawhi Leonard, but that's not there. But what you lost, as far as that's concerned, you need to pick up with Kevin Durant on the offensive side. And I wouldn't mind seeing KD with his long arms all over, Kawhi Leonard. But people say, well, it might expand him on the offensive side and wear him out. I'm like, I don't give a damn. You got to win this game. If he needs a blow, give him a blow. He's probably going to go 40 minutes.
Oh yeah,
I guarantee Devin Booker and KD and maybe CP3 anywhere from 38 to 42 minutes tonight. They're going to have to.
The thing about what you just referenced about KD on Kawhi Leonard is that's all well and good for a short amount of time, but Kawhi is much more physical than KD, and you will see him muscle him around.
Okay, that's a misnomer, Jimmy.
Well,
I've seen KD muscle up with the best of them. That is out there like, well, since he's tall and willowy, he can't muscle up. That's total BS because I've seen him do it several times.
He's wiry, is what he is.
Wiry, willowy, whatever you want to call it.
They have to say it wiry.
But he can man
because
up.
of the Replacements movie. So the thing that I'm going to say about that is that in short bursts, yes. Near the end of the game, yes, because of his exaggerated length, that changes the trajectory of the shot for Kawhi Leonard if he has to try to shoot over 1 KD.
And you cannot let Kawhi get inside the paint, Jimmy. You just can't.
He's just
that little mid-range, the free throw line,
or
the elbow, that little line drive shot. I don't even think it's like a foot out of his hand. It just goes bang, goes right in. So hey, look, enough talk. Let's go play it. Let's go D up and get mixed in a rebound. Let the offense take care of itself.
All right. Before we leave this subject, quickly, your thoughts on Russell Westbrook and what kind of impact will he have in tonight's game?
He's still fired up. He's going to be all over the place. I think that they'll have some moves or some defenses or some more screens off of him. I think you'll see that a little more screening and, getting him out of the way. I think if you just keep moving the ball like they're used to, that he'll be somewhat of a factor. But who's ever guarding him, my hand is on him. When I turn my back, I'm feeling for him no matter what. Time. I'm blocking him out. My goal, no matter whether it's it's Devin Booker or CP3, whatever, as soon as the offensive ball goes out of my hands or who's ever, I'm going to find him and just kind of put my hand on him and just flow with him no matter where he's at. Same with Plumlee and this big group of guys down low. Zubats, exactly. Same thing.
Okay.
Put a hand on him.
Know where he is.
And just get a little Detroit Piston love.
Get a little hip action.
Little nasty boys once in a while. A little farm shiver.
Charles Barkley used to talk all the time. I got a big behind, and that's what I do. I butt people out of the way.
You know
that's what you do.
Hey, so what? You get a flagrant. Him coming down the lane.
Yeah.
Kabaya. You see him a little nudge, a little love nudge.
Quickly to the NFL. One of the guys that you worked exclusively with for a long time, 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy, in an interview with Yahoo Sports, referenced the fact that due to his elbow injury, he may miss the entire NFL season in 2023.
Yeah, that word may,
yes,
I think has been taken out of context to a lot of people going, oh, man, Brock Purdy's not going to play next year? What are we going to do? Are we going to have to draft this, and this? All Brock is saying is, hey, look, I'm going to do my best to recover, and for whatever reason, if it doesn't recover completely, I may have to miss a season because he's not going to sacrifice his arm and force himself back if he's not ready. And that's all that's being said. So that was trending yesterday morning about 11 o'clock. We didn't get a chance to really dive into it because I think people are making more out of it than it is. It's like, oh, my gosh, is Brock telling us more than we don't know? No. All he's saying is, look, I'm going to make sure I'm completely healthy before I come back.
You talk to him all the time.
All the time. And if he's got to miss the year, he misses the year. He's not going to sacrifice his career.
I agree with that.
On trying to force himself back if he's not ready just for the sake of playing next year.
One of the things that I found interesting in what he talked about in that interview was that he feels great. And he's at the 49ers facility, and he's doing his rehab there, and he feels really good. Just have to be patient.
Yeah, you do, and it'll all see how the tendon and how the healing responds once he starts to do some light throwing in about 3 months.
Okay.
With this kind of an injury, guys, you cannot hurry it. And he didn't have Tommy John.
Right.
Didn't have a ligament replaced. He just had the little plate in there to attach the ligament to make sure that if things are strong, things have got the elasticity to it, and that he's ready to go. And by the time the season starts, a 17-game season, that he can cut it loose and mentally cut it loose in his mind, too, and have no hesitation.
Okay. All right, we're going to stay with the Cardinals coming up in our next two segments as the All Cardinals Hour will continue. And, of course, it is brought to you by All City Towing because Kyle Vanden Bosch is going to join us. We'll talk about Buda Baker and him wanting out of being an Arizona Cardinal, and also that third pick in the NFL draft. It's next, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
It all starts April 27th.
Welcome, football fans.
3 days.
This is an exciting night.
259 names. and one place that will cover all the action. The first round kicks off at 5 p.m. right here on Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Afternoon in the far West Valley. I'm seeing a wreck on eastbound 10. It's around 107th Avenue, sitting on the right shoulder. Downtown Phoenix, a crash, westbound 10 near 7th Avenue. Approaching 7th Ave, the 3 middle lanes are blocked. Heavy traffic back to the mini stack. And a wreck on 83rd Avenue, just north of Bell. I'm Lee Powell, checking the roads.
This report is sponsored by SRP.
SRP offers solutions that help you customize your account for your lifestyle. Choose the day you pay your bill, sign up for alerts, and more. Get started at srp.net/easy.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
When we make your meal, this is where we start. Traditional old world recipes passed down through generations. But then we add some modern flair and spice up your Italian dining with contemporary flavor combinations. The result, the perfect fusion of new and old world traditions and a meal you'll never forget.
Inspired by the comfort and cuisine of a Brooklyn-style pizza parlor, Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar is located at the southeast corner of Loop 101 and Cave Creek Road in Phoenix.
The right price, the right selection. It's all now at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Stop by today and see why Wright Toyota continues to be Arizona's top Toyota dealership, located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and online at wrighttoyota.com.
A homeowner just like you decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
Dr. Rick here, with another telltale sign you're turning into your parents. Getting particular about your drive-through order.
Don't pull away yet. I like to check the bag because one time they forgot to give me extra ketchup.
People are waiting.
I'm only seeing 4 nuggets. Wait, nope, there's 5.
Progressive can't help you from becoming your parents, but we can help you compare rates on home insurance with Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Suns headed to Game 2 versus the Clippers with guard Cam Payne on the injury report as questionable with a sore lower back. More pre-draft visits for the Cardinals, who recently hosted Ohio State offensive tackle Paris Johnson, Auburn running back Tank Bigsby, and Tennessee linebacker Byron Young. New Patriots offensive coordinator Bill O'Brien is giving quarterback Mac Jones a fresh start. Jones is coming off an underwhelming 2022. I'm Frank Garrity.
This family takes turns turning heads. Brains, beauty, and athleticism. All they need now is for you to drive them off the lot. The Mercedes-Benz family of SUVs. A family of unrivaled vehicles waiting at your local dealer.
Break out the Bandito and experience the El Bandito Yankee Tequila. It's another El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are live from one of the 7 Valley Barrio Queen locations. Now back to the guys live from Barrio Queen on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
Well, with what everything's going on with the Cardinals, I think we all need a couple of shots of the El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
Yeah, where do you start? Let's take a shot, and then we get the comments going.
Kyle Vanden Bosch, he joins us here. We love having him on the show. former defensive end for the Cardinals and the Titans. Kyle, it's Jimmy B and Manuch. Welcome as always, pal. It's a mess over there. I'll just give you an opportunity to just kind of lay out everything that you have witnessed so far with the infighting in the front office, and then also with Buda Baker. I'll give you an opportunity.
Yeah.
So the floor is yours.
Yeah, Kyle, you've been gallivanting in the state of Nebraska, Iowa. Lots happened the last 2 weeks since you've been on your little hiatus.
Yes.
That's right. Busy man. It's kids keep you busy. I not only have tequila Tuesday, I also have tequila Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and pretty much every day just to get me through the day. But it's look, whatever is going on with Michael Bidwell, with the front office, with former employees, that it's all a bad look for the organization, regardless of what the truth is. I'm sure it lies somewhere in the middle. It usually does. But as a player in locker room, the Cardinals players, it doesn't affect anything they do day to day. It's something for us to talk about. It's something for the media to write about, to have opinions about. But that stuff, I'm not saying that those types of things happen everywhere, but they, there's bad relationships. There's things that happen in the front office that sometimes don't always reflect very well on the organization, but it has zero effect on players and what they want to do moving forward and how the team performs the next season. It's pretty you're pretty isolated. You're kind of kept in a bubble, and you're pretty much just worried about your job, what you can do to help the team. So that I don't think will have any effect, at least on the field effect for this team next season. The Buda Baker thing, to me, A, it was a shocker. B, it to a degree breaks my heart a little bit. For me personally, after I left the Cardinals, I had an opportunity to play for two other teams. I would have loved to have played for a Super Bowl. I'd love to have won a Super Bowl, but I took a tremendous amount of pride in being a part of turnarounds, of being a part of a rebuild, of being a reason that the team turned the corner and contributing to that. My biggest fear and my number one priority was to never be a distraction to the team. And even though it's, a pretty dead time of year, not much is going on. It seems to me out of character for Buda Baker to at least behind closed doors, these conversations, it's back and forth, and it kind of, or at least to me, it came out of left field and seems like it's a bit out of character for a guy that loves being the underdog, for a guy that keeps his head down and does the right thing at all times. And look, I don't know what the issue is. I'm sure it's a combination of multiple factors. I'm sure it's a combination of he wants to be paid like the best safety in football, which if he's not, he's very close. I'm sure, at 26 years old, he's looking at this roster. He's seeing the moves or thereof that were made in free agency and is frustrated with where the team is at and their potential to put out a competitive football team next season. I'm sure, he had relationships. Buda Baker wears his heart on his sleeve. I'm sure he had relationships with the outgoing staff, and I'm sure it hurt to see players and people he worked with walk out the door. And probably, again, going back to my previous point, watching the in-season Hard Knocks, you can see and you can feel how much losing games hurts Buda Baker because of how much he puts into it, how much sacrifices he gives to the game, and to, lose week after week. It as a professional that does the right thing, it becomes really difficult.
Kyle Vandenbosch joining us here on the Right Toyota guest line, former Cardinal, Titan, and Lions defensive end. Well, I got to tell you what, I think you kind of tapped every corner of the four corners there, Kyle. And the one thing that, as you said, that kind of caught you off guard was, because of the character and integrity that one Buda Baker has. I give him credit for maybe he's going with my character and integrity, as you mentioned, is part of the reason for the lack of character and integrity going on allegedly with the organization. Does not want to be a part of that because of, like, you play with a guy named Aeneas Williams, who talk about character and integrity. A captain sees all this going on, my heart can't go down that road. Or it could be he's the 6th highest paid top safety in the National Football League, 6th, where he was just 2 years ago one of the top. Maybe he wants to go get that bag as well and go compete for a team that will try to at least make the Super Bowl or the playoffs.
Yeah, and you kept repeating two words that encapsulize Buda Baker: character and integrity, right? And when you hear, Monty Ossenford at his introductory press conference, and you hear Jonathan Gannon at his introductory press conference, the theme that keeps coming up is football character, is culture, and if you're the Arizona Cardinals and you're in this situation, you cannot let Buda Baker walk out the door. And part of it is what he does for you on the football field on Sundays, but a big piece of that is what he does for the football team on Monday through Saturday. The example he sets for new players coming in, for rookies coming in. He is, and he was mentioned by name by, both Monty Ossenford and Jonathan Gannon about the type of player that they want in the locker room. And, to me, look, there's two precedents that can be set here. One, it's difficult, and I understand front offices don't want to have their arms twisted and be forced to give new contracts to players that still have 2 years left on their contract. It sets a precedent that it's going to tell other players down the line, even though you have 2 years, even though you signed this contract, if you ask for a trade or make threats, we will give you a new contract. But saying that, I think the precedent that needs to be set is this is the guy that we are going to build the organization around. This is the type of character, this is the type of culture we want, and we want to reward the guys that do the right things. And so I understand, it's difficult when a player has 2 years left on their contract, but Buda Baker walks out that door. I think it sends a bad message to players in that locker room when he is the guy. He is your culture. He is the type of player you want in that locker room. So, and sometimes, we hadn't covered this. Sometimes it's not about the money. Sometimes it's not about, where the team is at in the rebuild. Sometimes a player just wants to feel valued. And sometimes it's a conversation. You sit him down. You say, you are a key part of our rebuild. We need you. Here is our plan. And you lay it out for him and say, this is how we're going to get it done. This is how we're going to be competitive next year. This is how we envision our offense. This is how we envision our defense. These are the type of players we want. Here's what we're targeting in the draft. And you take your key veterans, the guys that are invested in the team and the guys that are leaders for the players, and you at least include them in your vision and make sure that they understand that they are a huge part of what you want to do in the not only upcoming season, but for years to come.
Kyle, before we let you run, there's a lot of reporting coming out of Houston that maybe they won't take a quarterback as their number 2 option and might even envision trading down. How would that impact the number 3 pick then? If they do indeed even stay with the number 2 and take Will Anderson, then what do the Cardinals do?
And Kyle, how much of the minutia, verbiage, curveballs will be thrown out there between now and 2 weeks from now?
It's hard to tell. Look, if a GM's lips are moving this time of year, he's lying. And
I love it.
And it's everybody's throwing out smoke screens. Everybody's holding their cards close to their vest. And it'd be difficult to imagine Houston not taking a quarterback at 2. But if there is a scenario where they do take Will Anderson at 2, I think it gives the Cardinals even more leverage. They can get an even bigger bounty for that number 3 pick, as multiple teams will be trying to trade up to get to TJ Stroud. So, I think it could potentially be a best case scenario because, look, it's again, we've talked about this before. Will Anderson's a fleet player, but this team isn't a good player away from being competitive next year. They need several key pieces, and they need to hit home runs in this draft. So, if they get an opportunity to get a haul for that number 3 pick, I think they need to take it.
Excellent points, as always. Thank you, Kyle. You have a great afternoon, pal.
Thanks, guys. You too.
There you go. Kyle Vanden Bosch on the Right Toyota guest line. And Kyle is driven by All City Towing. By the way, if you're looking for a new gig, they have full-time positions right now are available. Incredible benefits like medical, dental, disability. They also have additional optional insurance plans. So if you like free money, they even have a 401k with a 50% match option. It's all at allcitytowing.com. Fastest way to get your resume to them is just go online. Just go to allcitytowing.com and /careers. That's allcitytowing.com and also / just search career. Hey, everybody, coming up from the Barrio Queen in Scottsdale, the All Cardinals Hour does indeed continue. It's sponsored by All City Towing. And Bob McManaman is going to be our guest. We're going to discuss Buda Baker's request to be traded and also try to figure out what is going on in the front office of the Cardinals. It's coming up. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Joe Mantiply has been activated from the 15-day injured list by the Diamondbacks after recovering from shoulder fatigue. He will be available for tonight's game against the Cardinals. Dre Jamison will be on the hill. State Farm Stadium will host a pair of CONCACAF Gold Cup Group B matches on June 29th. Qatar and Honduras will take the pitch first, with Mexico and Haiti following them up. More pre-draft visits for the Cardinals, who recently hosted offensive tackle Paris Johnson, running back Tank Bigsby, and linebacker Byron Young. And the Suns look to even things up with the Clippers in Game 2 of their series. I'm Frank on Fox 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for partly cloudy skies, temperatures dipping down into those upper 50s. And then for your Wednesday, sunny but cooler with temperatures only topping out in those low 80s. We can also look for some breezier conditions in the afternoon. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by GetRefunds.com.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. If you own a business and still haven't applied for the payroll tax refund, we want to pay a licensed tax attorney to see if you're eligible to receive up to $26,000 per employee. Go to GetRefunds.com, GetRefunds.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Are you looking to get in the best shape of your life and offer your son or daughter the best training in Arizona? Then listen up. Dan Manucci here for the new Coco 5 Performance Center at Bell Bank Park, located in Southeast Mesa, the premier training facility in the Southwest. The state-of-the-art facility is 25,000 square feet, which combines junior high, high school, and college teams, as well as individual athletes of all ages. And it's the new home for my quarterback training. They have the best team of coaches led by Olympic gold medal winner Dan O'Brien. If your son or daughter wants to get bigger, stronger, and faster, then you need to call Coco 5 Performance Center now. Sign up by calling at 480-572-0647, and one of their team members will get you the type of training specific to your sport. That's 480-572-0647, or go online to legacyperformanceaz.com. And for a limited time, mention me, Dan Manucci, and they will give you your first session free on me. Again, that's 480-572-0647, or go to legacyperformanceaz.com.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Thursdays at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. The guys broadcast live from 1 to 5 Valley locations. And tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks, your chance to win a Twin Peaks man card. It's Guys Live every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
Hey, Arizona, if you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, visit any one of your 13 Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. The Silverado is the #1 best-selling full-size light-duty pickup. So check it out during truck season going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers or visit valleychevy.com. Based on S&G Global Mobility 2022 calendar year end, U.S. new vehicle registrations using GM custom retail registration type in the GM half-ton large pickup segments.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio.
Hey, listen, if we get eliminated early,
Head of marketing,
at least we'll have some time off.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel.
Did I just hear I want to be taken off?
Arizona.
I know there's a heaven, and I know Jimmy will be there.
Bob McManaman joins Roc and Manuch to analyze the cards and the rest of the NFL.
All right, you guys are hot.
Follow Bob on Twitter at AZBobbyMac. Now, here's Bobby Mack on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, everybody, welcome back in. We're hanging out here at the Burial Queen. We're having fun in Scottsdale, and you can too. We're here until 4 o'clock, but it is Tequila Tuesday, El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday, and also Taco Tuesday here at the Barrio Queen. All right, he stiffed us the last time when we were out in his neighborhood.
Didn't show up or anything,
I know,
man.
nothing. Yeah, I was even going to buy him a Pepsi, but he
you big spender, Jimmy.
That's me. He
I
didn't show up. It's always great when we get Bob McManaman on, Cardinals beat writer, Arizona Republican, AZ Central. Bobby, it's Jimmy B and Manuch. How are you, pal?
Pepsi?
Exactly.
Not a chance.
How about like a
I'll
margarita,
be up
Jimmy?
there next time you're in Avondale. I love me some Avondale.
Bob, he's learning about
I'll be there.
he's learning about promotions. How about using a margarita El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday, Jimmy?
That too. Well,
Yeah.
I can't buy him that
All
if
right.
we're on the air. After we're off the air, I can. So I was thinking on the air.
Bob, you're a little preoccupied.
I won't tell, Jimmy.
Well, hey, Bob, we're streaming now on YouTube, Twitter, and on Facebook, so you just never know what's
going to happen.
You were just a little preoccupied that day because of the dysfunctionality,
Yes.
which has been corroborated by one Miniger, and then last week the dysfunctionality, or this week I should say, of one Buddha Baker requesting to be traded. So we figured, who knows best to figure out what brought this on and what's the meaning behind that comments from your captain of your defense.
I don't know, but Buddha loves tequila. He always talks about it. Probably invite him on. He'd probably come out to the Barrio.
Okay.
We'll make that a must, that's for
Yeah.
sure. So did this one catch you off
should
guard?
do
Did you catch us off guard like the rest of us, Bob?
Yeah. You know, and look, you remove your AZ thing from your Twitter account, and I'm like, not again. You know, and it's the generation, man. I mean, that's how it starts. And then the next thing you know, Adam Schefter's on the air saying, "Oh, we asked for a trade back in February."
Yeah.
Well, you know, look, I don't expect the Cardinals to come and tell their reporters, "Hey,
Right.
Buddha asked for a trade," just so you know. But it's really a pain in the butt when it happens this way and things leak and
the best player on the entire team, basically, the guy that they want to model all their future players after, wants out, or just wants to be the highest paid safety in the league.
Yeah.
Let's not forget what he said in Schefter's report, allegedly, or what Schefter's reporting, that he either wants to be traded or become the highest paid safety in the league. So he'll stay and play for a losing team for a year or maybe two, as long as he's the highest paid player. I'm old school. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I've talked to a bunch of people about this, and I can see why he probably deserves the chance to be dealt. But if you sign a contract when you are the highest paid safety and you want to tear your deal up 2 years out and you've got a new GM you're dealing with, think about what the repercussions are for Monty Ossenfort if he tears that deal up and gives him a new deal. Every other cat who you sign to a big deal, want to do the same thing. I don't think Monty Ossenfort's career as a first-time GM is going to be off to a great start if he does that, even with the best player on the Arizona Cardinals. I just don't. And therefore, I don't think he's going to be traded.
Okay, all that being said, Bob, he is, you look at the 2 years ago, he's the highest paid safety. He's now the sixth highest paid safety who has played as well or even better than the top three in your value, 76.
He's a great captain, and he's all outstanding. I
Right.
agree with all of them.
Right.
But
Now,
what?
but here's the other piece of that, what I'm thinking here, that what you just said, if that's true, let's say that Monty Ossenfort doesn't budge, that he pretty much understands that he won't budge from that standpoint, that the Cardinals won't budge from that standpoint. So he's forcing their hand to trade him because of all the dysfunctionality that's going on, knowing they're not going to negotiate and say, look, I'm not showing up. You don't renegotiate my contract, then I want out of here, then trade me with my current contract. Maybe there's a strategy here that we're not quite delving into.
I don't think so, because if he apparently reportedly asked for his trade back in February, that was before the news about Bidwell broke.
Right.
And a grievance, okay, that Terry McDonough filed. It was after that. So it's about money with Buddha.
Okay.
And I get it. I get it from this standpoint. I'm a great player, and you want me to play on a losing team. Well, you got to pay me for it. I get that.
Sure.
But if I'm Monty Ossenfort, I got to be really careful, because it's setting a precedent. And I just don't know if he's an experienced front office executive who learned from, who was it? Bill Belichick. Do you think Bill Belichick would do that? No, he wouldn't. And he might trade him, but he might make him suffer until he trades him. And I don't know what the answer is, fellas. I just know I love Buddha. I love him to death. He's always been a great cat. But I don't think if I'm the Cardinals, I'm as bad as things seem to be over there. It's a bad precedent to set.
2 minutes.
For a first-year general manager. I just don't think that can happen.
All right, Bob, then let's go to the infighting in the front office and out of the front office. Anything new that you can fill us in on what you have done with your sources and researching the blow-up?
Well, McDonough's still talking, and he's talking to Doug Franz, who used to work down the dial from you guys on the FM side. And I don't know if that's a good idea for him, since he's filed a formal grievance. It's internal. I don't know what the lawyers are going to say, but I do know this. He's alleging some major things that he keeps contending. He's got all kinds of proof that Steve Wilkes is the key behind it. And as you know, Steve Wilkes is involved in a lawsuit.
2 minutes.
Initially by Brian Flores. And if he talks to the NFL and can corroborate what Terry McDonough claims he has as evidence, firm and complete evidence, it's going to be demonstrative. I don't know if I agree with Terry McDonough that Mike Bidwell will be losing the franchise very soon or be forced to get out of it. It's not the way the NFL works.
Right.
But I do know this, that if people don't start paying attention to this, they're going to miss the boat. Something big is going to happen.
Yeah.
Or it's going to get swept under the rug. And either way, it's going to create a lot of headlines.
Bob, what do you got coming down the line? azcentralsports.com in the Arizona Republic. Give us a tease. There's so much going on off the field. But, draft-wise, free agency-wise, you got D-Hop to worry about. We didn't even touch about D-Hop with all that.
1 minute.
Yeah. Well, besides Michael Bidwell, Buda Baker, DeAndre Hopkins, we got this little thing called the NFL Draft.
Yeah, heard of it.
Thursday.
Uh-huh.
All right. And it's precluded me from filling out my mock 3 or mock 4.
Mm-hmm.
I hope to get at least one more mock draft in. I talked to a former GM in the NFL today about what Monty Ossenfort might or might not do in this year's draft as a first-year GM. That story will be out. We've got a 5-part series, at position by position, look at what the Cardinals are facing going into the draft and how important this year is in terms of adding resources. Talking to Daniel Jeremiah on Thursday about what happens at number 3 and beyond. And I'll have a 7-round mock thing probably at some point if we can squeeze it in. Plus, hey, apparently they're unveiling new uniforms, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Bob, always a pleasure. And El Barrio Queen is coming your way, so you got to make sure you just put everything else on stop so you can come out and visit us.
I'll be there.
And we'll get you that El Bandito Yankee Tequila Margarita to make sure that you're good to go.
Oh, okay. I would like that.
Okay, fair enough.
Cute.
And maybe we can talk actual on-field stuff versus
off-field stuff, yeah.
Well, eventually that'll happen. It might be a couple years, but I'm looking forward to that time.
Okay. Thank you, Bob. Oh, have a good day, buddy.
Guys.
Thanks, Bobby. You got it.
Enjoy yourself in Scottsdale.
Yeah, we will. Somebody's got to do it, Bob.
Might
Just
as well
remember
be
that.
us. Yeah. That's always fun. Bobby Mack on the show. Look, he's dialed in and he's frustrated.
Yeah, I just was going to say that.
He's frustrated.
You know, Jimmy, you could tell he's very frustrated with all the off-field stuff. Matter of fact, Jax was looking back at, and maybe we'll do that in our last segment, looking back at all the 95 different things that have been negative with this team since last February, Jimmy. And we'll hit that when we come out. But it's just very, very sad to see this organization where they're at right now. And it's funny because, we tell it like it is.
Yep.
We're not Homer radio with that. I'm Homer Sun guy. I know
you
that.
are that.
I'm proud of that. But we're not going to tell folks what they want to hear. References Cardinal organization. It's a mess right now.
Yeah.
It's a mess. And from the standpoint of Buda Baker, I have no problem with him wanting to go get paid, be the second or third highest paid player. He's outplayed his contract. He's well deserving of $18 to $19 million. Pay the man. You got too many issues to not pay him. He's your captain of this team. For him to force you to trade him, what do you got? 3 starters you lose. You want to lose him? Guess what your fan base does? You'll lose your fan base if you let your heart and soul of this team get traded because you won't pay him. Pay the damn man to be one of the top highest paid safeties. He's outplayed that contract you gave him 2 years ago.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it is our Learner and Row 1 call. That's all. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
With
Manuch, hang back.
compensation, you can win a
Tell me when you're ready. Go for it. All right, thanks, man.
Are blocked by a crash with stop-and-go traffic from Broadway. That's a look at the road.
This report is sponsored by Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries.
Attention, Arizona furniture shoppers, the Lazy Boy Moonlight Madness sale is on. 4 days only, Friday to Monday, save up to 50% off. Clearance, closeouts, one-of-a-kinds, everything is on sale. The Lazy Boy Moonlight Madness sale happening at all Arizona Lazy Boy locations.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is the place to be. Tavern Grill is now the home of Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Tavern Grill Scottsdale at 8880 East Via Linda.
Have you been arrested for something you didn't do? When your liberty is on the line, you need an aggressive, experienced attorney to defend your rights. Lerner & Rowe Law Group is the firm you can trust with your freedom. Our criminal defense attorneys have represented thousands of clients across the state, and with our affordable payment plans, you can get the defense you need immediately. If you've been wrongly charged with a crime, time is not on your side. Call Lerner & Rowe today for a free consultation. We're available to help you 24/7.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
For quality referrals, your guy or my guy.
My guy.
Read reviews online from people you don't know or trust, or all the homework done for you at myguy.com.
My guy.
Sites that are all about making money and not your needs, or My Guy, that was voted #1 by consumers in Ranking Arizona.
My guy.
The choice is clear. My Guy Referrals, for home repairs to remodeling to hundreds of other services. Visit myguy.com for all of life's needs. Make
My guy.
your guy.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel vPro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
It's the Lerner & Rowe. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner & Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Pavin hits.
You guys are hot.
Deep to right center field. Pavin Smith in St. Louis has hit a grand slam.
Oh, man, that was sensational. Thank you to Bally's. A 6-3 win by the D-backs over the St. Louis Cardinals last night in St. Louis at Busch Stadium. They play again this evening. That is our Lerner & Rowe one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Always at lernerandrowe.com. You can get a free consultation as well. Once again, one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Now, let's get to what's on tap.
Pour me one back there, Ben. Get that tap. Open that bad boy. Can't get started. You open that bad boy. Get that tap going back there, Ben. Obviously, you get the memo. You usually have a beer sound.
I know we do.
Right there.
Hey, maybe the computer froze.
Who knows? 4:45 p.m. The Diamondbacks at Cardinals. Hopefully, the Diamondbacks can make it happen again tonight. That'll be on Valley Sports and Arizona Extra. And 7 o'clock tonight, Clippers at Suns. They'll tip it off on TNT and Valley Sports Arizona. That'll have it. And again, the Diamondbacks game will be on Valley Sports Arizona Extra. Brought to you by Roc and Manuch Lager by Huss Brewing Company. Now available at the Tavern Grill in Scottsdale, 88th Street and East Via Linda. Arena Sports Grill on Bell and 62nd Street. Upper Crust Cave Creek Road and the 101 next to the Costco. And in the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Try it for yourself. That's the Roc and Manuch Lager by Huss Brewing Company.
Must be good because you guys sold out when you were there. I mean, it was great stuff. All right, let's get down to our State 48 Roofing It's your question of the day.
It's your call question of
That
the day.
too. 2 minutes.
Who must be the star for the Suns in Game 2 against the Clippers tonight? Is it Kevin Durant? Is it Devin Booker? Is it Chris Paul? Or is it DeAndre Ayton? You can still go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Like we'd mentioned earlier, and Scott Williams had agreed.
No,
Kevin Durant,
no, he didn't.
50%.
Yeah.
Devin Booker, 13.6%. Second is DeAndre Ayton at 36.4%. And Chris Paul at 0%. Jax listened to the show. What did Scott Williams say?
He said Kevin
He
Durant.
said Kevin Durant.
He also said that rebounding, you cannot win. He said you cannot win without rebounding in the playoffs.
Let me do this, Jax.
Oh,
Okay.
brother,
The
here we
State
go.
48 Roofing, it's your call question.
Yes.
Listen up.
I did listen.
Out of these four
I
guys.
voted.
Out of these four guys. Not rebounding, not this, not that. Who must the star for the Suns in Game 2 against the Clippers be?
DeAndre Ayton.
Is it Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Chris Paul? It doesn't say anything about defense or rebounding.
He has to be a star defensively in order for the Suns to be successful tonight, Manu.
Okay.
He has to. So if you look at it, we know Durant's going to score. We know Book is going to score. So somebody else on that team has to be the star of the game tonight.
Okay.
It's DeAndre Ayton.
Okay. That wasn't, you just said defense and rebounding. Okay?
That's what I said. That's what he has to do. He's got to be the star tonight.
Oh, my God. Okay, so
you
who
know,
you
what
picking?
you're going to get.
Who you picking?
I'm picking the Suns
That's all you had to
tonight
say.
to win.
Okay, who you picking? No, who you picking out of the four?
I told you, DeAndre Ayton. I voted for him.
You were talking about rebounding and this
Yes,
and that.
that's what he has to do. He has to be the star.
Do you want to put the Michael Jackson glove on? Or
No, man, I'm telling you right now, he has to be.
All right.
He has to
So,
play.
Jimmy, you're outnumbered, Jimmy.
exceptional
Jimmy, you're
tonight.
outnumbered.
Oh, story of my life.
Kevin Durant, 50%.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can move on.
Oh,
Goodness gracious.
God. What are we tomorrow?
I'm even in the
Tomorrow
score,
we're gonna
Jimmy.
be at the
DeAndre Ayton.
Peninsula Pizzeria
Yeah.
in Gilbert. And, hey, mind the four-pack
10.
Ben. Nobody asked you to chime in. Where was the beer tap when you needed it? Give me 50 push-ups and 50 sit-ups.